It's the Orioles on Masset, and we welcome you to a day game as the Orioles wrap up this 4-game set against the Red Sox. Opportunity today to make it 2-2 in this series. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. Happy Sunday to you. Orioles hope it'll be a happy Sunday for them, as they'd love to go out of here with a 2-2 mark as this 4-game set in Boston begins the long road trip, Chicago and then Tampa Bay. For the Orioles to do that, though, they have got to hold down this tremendous offense that the Red Sox are putting up right now. Here's what it looks like in the series so far. This is through the 3 games. You can see the numbers dramatically favoring the Red Sox offensively. That runner in scoring position number, a big one. The home runs in their favor. The starter ERA for the Orioles has not been good. One good start here out of the 2. Dylan Bundy struggled in his yesterday a bit, and the bullpens really haven't had a great impact. Red Sox did a great job with it yesterday. So the Orioles will go out with the youngster, David Hess, on the mound, Mike.
Yeah, and you hope David Hess can kind of contain this juggernaut offense led by Mookie Betts at the top. Wow, they have been impressive, and they are putting up some serious runs right now. Hess has got to be on his game with the fastball command. I'm a little bit surprised the Orioles haven't played better baseball coming off the back-to-back wins at home. It seemed like they were gaining a little bit of momentum, but David Price really shut him down. Best game he's pitched all year long. Price was a little rocky before coming into the start of the series, and boy, did he light him up. Shut down the Oriole offense. A bounce-back game for Alex Cobb. That was a good thing to do for the Orioles. I mean, cutting down that 13-game losing streak on the road and Cobb picking up his win. But yesterday was about the strikeouts, man. The Oriole offense loading up the punch-outs. They've got to get that offense back to a solid game plan, put the ball in play against Rodriguez, and I'm sure better things will happen for this team.
Rodriguez, third left-hander in the 4 games that the Orioles have seen. We'll see what they can do with the former Orioles organizational pitcher. When we come back, check the lineups. Brought to you by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Yeah, the song says what a difference a day makes. No kidding. Take a look at our game time temperature, brought to you by BGE Home. We know more, we do more. It was 51 degrees for the ball game last night. It is 75, like the middle of summer. Little breeze blowing left to right, humidity up there, thunderstorm maybe. Starting lineup brought to you by Southwest. Low fares, nothing to hide. That's transparency. Mancini, Jones, and Machado, Scope, Trumbull, and Valencia, Rickert, Susak, and Gentry against the left-hander.
And let's take a look at their left-hander, Eduardo Rodriguez. His pitch arsenal, he's got all four, but the changeup, he's really starting to feature that more this season, especially. He'll double up with it. He's using it as a put-away pitch as well. Pretty good fastball, though, 90 to 95, and he has a consistent mix. Orioles got to be ready for Rodriguez. Pretty impressive numbers on the air with the 3 wins, suffering his only loss in his last start. 4.68 earned run average. Does have the 51 punch-outs and 42 in the 3rd innings of work. Opponent's hitting just 220. How about the lefties down to 107? And righties just 244. Up to 7 long balls, though. Orioles have a nice little string going right now. 12 straight games hitting a home run. They need to put a couple over the green monster today.
Rodriguez, of course, came out of the Orioles organization. Alex Cora mighty happy to have the left-hander in his club now. He spent his first 4 years in the Baltimore system, but he made his major league debut with Boston. And he, of course, was in exchange for the left-hander Andrew Miller as the Orioles made the drive for the postseason in 2014. We're underway. Fastball will be taken up. Trey Mancini leading it off. Mancini has had only 1 hit, 11 at bats so far. Still a little sore, said manager Buck Showalter, regarding that knee. Maybe one of the reasons why the average is down a little bit, and also one of the reasons why he has come out of ball games late for a defensive replacement in the outfield.
Yeah, a little shaky out there, and maybe the knee is the reason. I mean, sometimes that stuff sticks with you and you're not even thinking about it, but back in your mind you've already kind of set a different routine.
He, of course, slid into the wall in left field at home and had that knee lacerated, a couple of stitches on it. Apparently still some after effects from it. That's what Buck was saying today. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Left-hander's delivery, and that'll be a ground ball fouled off outside of first base. Let's take a look at our AT&T achieving more.
Trey Mancini versus Rodriguez. Pretty impressive numbers. 308 has the 4 hits and 13 at bats, but had a double and a home run in there as well. Mancini, it would be nice to get him going again.
Trey during the month of May hitting .238 this month. Rodriguez 2-2. Second base shifted over Nunez.
All you can do is hit it, Trey. Hard hit ball right there, but right into this Red Sox defense. Let's take a look at him here this afternoon. Benintendi, Bradley Jr. and Betts covering this Fenway Park outfield. Pretty solid outfield there. Holt and Nunez turning 2 up the middle today. Devers and Moreland on the corners, and Vasquez back behind the dish.
I'll bring Adam Jones up to the plate for Adam in the series. The 3 for 13. Scored a couple of runs, picked up a couple of RBIs. He's got a .259 average against Rodriguez with a couple of home runs lifetime. Rodriguez has beaten the Orioles once already this year, and his lifetime mark 4-5 against the O's. ERA about 4.6 against Baltimore hitters. He got his first win, second start of the year, when he went 6 innings, gave up only 1 run on 5 hits against the Orioles. It was the 20th win of his career in the first of this season. A 1-0 count. Rodriguez trying to keep the pitch count down. That has been a big problem for him. He will get ahead in counts and have the first strike go up 1-2, but then a lot of foul balls off his pitches. He ends up 3-2 counts. He'll get outs, but it takes him a long time to get there.
Yeah, he gets to nibbling a little bit, so staying aggressive.
That'll come inside. Alex Cora saying before the start today that he's just got to find a way to get these outs in a little more in a hurry. He's averaging less than 5 1/3 innings pitched in the starts he's made. Cora said that is the problem. It's not that he's not in the strike zone or wild, but he just can't find a way to get guys out when he gets ahead in the count. That pitch is taken down low. He'll fall behind on Adam, 3-1.
Well, he's got good stuff. I mean, that fastball 90 to 95. He's got a nice little cutter, and that cutter really ate the Orioles up when David Price featured it the first game here. So look for Rodriguez to work the cutter in, as well as that good changeup. He likes to fade it away from the righties.
Adam hitting .280 off the left-handers so far. Will go to third. That'll be right through into left field. He'll make a turn. Benintendi, though, will get to it. So he played the hop in the middle, didn't go back, didn't come in, and the ball ate him up.
Yeah, it sure did. Adam Jones starting to square balls up more consistently here. This is a bullet down there at Devers. Devers turns to try to get an angle, but ends up getting into more attack mode, and that ball just getting underneath him. Tough to keep your eyes on it when it's eating you up like that.
So the Orioles get first hit of the ball game. Jones on, and that'll bring up Manny Machado. Manny comes in with a 3-game hit streak. Great .347 average. And here in this series, a 5 for 12, a homer, 3 RBIs. And he's had great luck in the first inning of ball games. He's had 27 extra base hits that have come in the first inning. He's had 4 doubles and 5 home runs in the first inning of ball games this year. Rodriguez will look over to Jones. Pitch will take the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, man, he's been raking, especially early in ball games, really setting the tone for the Oriole offense. I'd love for him to come out with another big swing here. Orioles need to make that first mark.
And he coming in, batting average second in the league to Betts. He's tied for second in home runs. Betts leads the league. And he will take a pitch again. It will be a strike. And he's now on top in RBIs with 42, leads not only the American League but the majors. His 60 hits, tied for first in the majors. And those extra base hits we were talking about, he is second in the AL and third in the majors. 0-2 the count. Adam Jones short lead at first. Goes after one that was up, and that'll be out of play.
Well, how about Eduardo Rodriguez actually starts slow. Pitches 1 through 15. That's when the numbers get jacked up, and this is when the Orioles really have to take advantage, because after that 16th pitch, he starts to settle in and becomes a dominant lefty. The numbers all down after the 16th pitch, and he needs to come up with the big one now.
Down at 0-2 still. Long high hold, and he will take the pitch up high for a ball, and the count goes to 1-2. So we open up on this Sunday with the Red Sox and Yankees tied for first. The Tampa Bay Rays are back to 500. They beat the Angels last night. They're 8 games out. Toronto's 2 games under 500. They're 9 games out, and the Orioles 16.5 behind in the American League East. Jones being held at first by Moreland. Rodriguez a 1-2 delivery to Manny, and that'll come inside, and the count will go to 2-2. And right away you can see what Cora was talking about with these pitches.
Yeah, and I think Rodriguez just being real careful with Manny anyway. I mean, surprised that Manny doesn't get walked more often, but you see how he started him off with a couple fastballs perfectly located down and away, and then busts him off inside. So he's trying to open up something on the outside corner.
2-2. Jones does not go, and just missed. That's where he was going.
Wow, little backdoor cutter right there. Call goes in Manny's favor. Let's take a look on the pitch cast here. Borderline.
So a 3-ball 2-strike count. See whether or not Buck is going to send Adam Jones from first base or not. Manny Machado, of course, great contact hitter. All those numbers he's put up. 3-2, runner not going, and Manny will take the ball in the air to right. High sky, lots of sun, lights are on too. Betts will line it up, put it away. 2 down.
Yeah, sun might play a big factor today, especially over there in right field. Kind of sets down over the third base side here at Fenway Park. Now, these guys haven't seen the sun for a while.
Neither have we. So 2 down with a runner at first, and here is Jonathan Schoop. See Scopey in the series with a 2 for 10 home run, a couple of RBIs, good numbers off Rodriguez. 273 with a homer lifetime against the Red Sox left-hander. Schoop will take the pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. Trying to work through something that goes between 14 and 16 pitches per inning. That's what pitchers are after in this day and age. Up to 18 so far for Rodriguez. Get over that 20 mark, and that's when they start piling up if you do that every inning. Look at Adam and the 0-1 delivery. Cuts that one inside.
Well, they pile up. You get up over 20 pitches an inning, and those are the ones that the manager really pays attention to. You labor through a couple innings, and then you could get pulled out a little bit earlier than expected, even if that pitch count is down, because those laborious innings are tough on a pitcher, both mentally and physically.
Yep. Want to stay aggressive against hitters. That'll be in the air to center. Jackie Bradley Jr. great break on it. Gets back there and hauls it in. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1 left on base. David Hess called back up. He'll start again for the O's. trying to win one here, which would even it up at 2-2. Take a look at the starting lineup for the Red Sox. They've got Betts, Benintendi, Moreland gets a start. Martinez, Devers, Nunez, Holt, Vasquez, and Bradley Jr. For Benintendi, the last 14, a very hot stick.
And let's take a look at David Hess, his pitch arsenal here. He's got all four, but that four-seam fastball is going to be crucial today. He's got to be able to locate, work in and out, maybe move some feet at times to get to that slider. The slider's a nice put-away pitch for Hess. Take a look at his numbers this season. Did make that one start. His last start, actually, in the big leagues. 4.50 earned run average. Opponents hit 250 in that start. The righties, 154, thanks to that power slider.
Mookie Betts will lead it off against him. Betts with a 4-game hit streak. Takes the air to right, and that'll be out of play. So Mookie leading everybody and everything. It takes too long to run through the categories he's number one in. Look at the series, though. 7 for 13, 2 home runs, stolen bases, RBIs. Hess's pitch to him will miss inside. David, 24 years old. He's on 7 days rest because, as Mike said, his last start was the major league start. They sent him back down, but he never pitched there. And then back up with the ball club yesterday. Betts will pop that one up in the air. That's a silo shot right at the plate. Tough one. Nice catch made. Susak wandered around a little on it. Those are hard to find, but he got it.
Yeah, that is a tough play there. Take a look at the debut back on May 12th. Yeah, his family all in the stands. A lot of adrenaline, a lot of excitement for David Hess. Of course, 5th round pick back in 2014 out of Tennessee Tech, and he came bringing the noise. Yeah, aggressive with the fastball, had a power slider working. Fine outing for Hess. A quality start in his debut.
Picks up the win. He was 2-0 with in the minor leagues this year with Norfolk. The pitch will be taken inside by Benintendi. Benintendi a 3 for 9, a homer, 5 RBIs picked up in the series. For Hess this year, left-handers hit only 131 against him. Right-handers 267. That is not consistent with his career numbers in the minor leagues. Career-wise, left-handers have hit 272 and right-handers 232. So whether the numbers this year that were reversed will hold up for the course of a season, we will see.
Well, you hope, because it's really all about making adjustments. You know, you might have a bad year against the lefties and you try to figure something out, tinker with some things. Tell you what, he's got a nice cutter. It plays off that slider, and that can get in the hands of the lefties. That might be the pitch that's helped him out.
Cora's put 5 left-handers in the lineup today. Benintendi, Moreland, Devers, Holt, and Bradley, and they're all scattered. He keeps a right-handed batter between each. That ground ball will go to second base. Right on top of that one, Jonathan Scope will make the play, and Hess has got a couple of outs.
And take a look at the Oriole defense. Gotten a lot better since Jonathan Scope got back into this lineup. Gentry, Jones, and Rickard here in the outfield this afternoon. Machado and Scope once again up the middle with Valencia and Mancini on the corners. How about Susak back behind the dish? His 3rd game here in this series with another lefty starting, and he is familiar with Hess, so that might help David Hess settle down a little bit out there on the bump here at Fenway.
Well, here's Mitch Moreland. How strong are the Red Sox? Here's a guy they keep on the bench a lot, and he's hitting .319 with 6 homers and 21 RBIs. He is having an outstanding year. He's at first for Ramirez, who's out of the game today. He showed bunt. The shift is on. Manny Machado says go right ahead. Manny stays back on the outfield grass. Moreland wants to lay one down. They will let him do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Moreland getting on a little home run tear here, so if he wants to lay it down a bunt, and he says, yeah, go ahead, David Hess will bounce off there.
And that ball will also be hit into the shift. And the out recorded. Orioles had Danny Valencia playing over there on that side. Just 9 pitches, and Hess starts out with a 1-2-3 innings, scoreless after 1. Sun here at Fenway Park, still out. They turned the lights on before the game started, with clouds expected to move in a little later. Orioles will have Trumbo, Valencia, and Rickert due up. Hess gets through the inning in a hurry. 1-2-3. Now Rodriguez will work against the Orioles' designated hitter. Mark Trumbo's got a 4 for 20 lifetime off Rodriguez with a home run. A couple of hits in this series, as Trumbo has gone 2 for 12. And that will just miss a little bit outside. As you can tell already, Nick Glenn's home plate umpire. That strike zone's designed more for hitters than pitchers.
Yeah, a little tight right now. Some borderline pitches going the hitter's way. And you see about 50% strikes and balls for Rodriguez.
Souvenir to the crowd, and a 1-ball 1-strike count. Trumbo against the left-handers on the year is 2-11. Just 4 for 10 with a limited at-bat since getting off the DL. Orioles overall 6 wins, 10 losses against left-handed starters. Orioles are ranked 25th in the majors. Win percentage against lefties. That one stung. How that didn't hit Rodriguez, I'm not sure. Just because he was turned sideways, I think, on the follow-through. Otherwise, I was right at him.
Yeah, right over the flat of his back. Take a quick look right here. Woo! That ball coming back hot. Well, fastball 93 miles an hour, and Trumbo finds the barrel there.
The Orioles get the leadoff man on, and Mark picks up his 3rd hit of the series. That'll bring Valencia to the plate. But Showalter, all right-handers in the lineup for the Orioles. Chris Davis is out of there. Chris has been struggling mightily. Probably would have been out in any event against the left-hander. 4 strikeouts in the ball game yesterday, and struck out his last 6 times to the plate. Chris 1 for 12 in the series. Valencia waiting on it. He'll take it to center field. Bradley started back. He'll scoot in. Trumbo back to first. Maryland Lottery's contestant of the game, Mary Todd from Frederick. 500 for being selected. 500 more for every Orioles home run hit today. Play home run rich as scratch-offs win up to $50,000. Or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/home run. Mary, good luck. The Orioles have had 4 home runs in this series. Red Sox have had 9. Here is Joey Rickert. Rickert with a 1 for 7 in the games he's played with all these left-handers. Rickert, one of the so-called bench players who gets into play when the left-handers are on the mound.
Joey Rickert, a strong offensive year down in AAA Norfolk, and I hope there's a little bit of a carryover. Of course, first game back from AAA, hit 2 home runs. For him to be a big part of this offense today.
Only 17 at-bats for Rickert on the year here, so not a lot of chances. That'll catch the outside corner, and that's the call Rodriguez wants against these right-handers. He's trying to figure out just exactly where have I got to put this to get a strike on that pitch down and away.
Yeah, backdoor in the breaking ball there. He likes to backdoor the cutter, but he does not mind and is very comfortable working inside as well. So to be able to command both sides of the plate, the key.
He came in on him that time, and that will be fouled away. And Rickert with a 1-2. For Rodriguez, he is coming off a loss against Oakland. 6 innings. Pitched pretty well. 3 runs, 6 hits over 5. It's the first loss the Red Sox took in a game he has started. Red Sox are 7-1 in starts by this left-hander this year. Trumbo the lead at first base. 1-2. Rickert will take it away, and it's too far outside. 2-ball 2-strike count. The Orioles hated to see the left-hander go when he left the organization. That's what it took to get Andrew Miller into the fold for the finish up of that 14 year. So the Orioles never got to see him at the major league level. 2-2 delivery. Framed. No call. 3-2.
Get some pretty good pitches out there, but still not getting the calls. That one looked pretty good as it settled in on the corner. Vasquez really begging that outer corner.
So 3-2. Just what we were talking about. He has a lot of 3-2 counts in the games he has pitched. Only one away. Trumbo at first, not going. Back upstairs. So I think we're seeing early on exactly what Cora was talking about with Rodriguez pitching.
Yeah.
Exactly the same thing that happened in these games. He gets ahead in the count, Then there are foul balls. Then the next thing you know, it's 2-2 or 3-2. Pitch count is up. He does get outs, but can't last very long.
Yeah, tough on the defense too, throwing that many pitches. But you know, he's throwing competitive pitches. The Orioles doing a nice job right now laying off the borderline offerings.
3-2 delivery, and that one goes to right. That's over near the foul pole. It is a foul ball. So Rickert fighting him off. And the count will stay at 3-2. Orioles head out after this one to Chicago, where they've got another 4-game set. Andrew Kashner, Hector Santiago scheduled to start 7:30 O's extra. 8 o'clock for the ball game on Masson 2 tomorrow night, first of 4 against another team really struggling even more than the Orioles, the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, they're really starting to be active, bringing up some of their younger players.
Yep. 3-2 delivery on the way. Another one fouled straight back. So Rickert's going to make it at least a 9-pitch at bat. That's what you're trying to do early in a ball game against the opposing starter. Get that pitch count up, and it's already up to 32, and only 4 outs have been recorded. Trumbo, the leadoff single, waiting at first. Rickert takes that one to the wall down the left field line. It'll stay there though. Benintendi's got it. Couldn't quite get enough on it to reach the green monster. 2 down.
Well, nice AB, seeing a lot of pitches, and then Rodriguez. Boy, that was impressive by the pitcher as well. Working both sides of the plate, never really gave in, and it's a nice little battle. He wins it, taking it off the label here. A soft fly ball out to Benintendi in left field.
Susac back in the lineup against the lefty. So he's had some opportunities in this series with the 1 for 7. 2 down. Trumbo on at first base. Rodriguez has a long hold, staring over there at first. Pitch taken away for a ball. 321 career average against left-handers. 192 against righties for Susac. Those are career numbers, minor leagues, major league rather. And the pitch is foul back. So a veteran catcher making his first appearance with the Orioles here this season on the trip, and with all those lefties, what Showalter was saying is one of the reasons they wanted Susac up here.
Yeah, Caleb Joseph kind of struggling a little bit offensively, even though he had starting to pick it up a little bit lately. But Susac, the big numbers against the lefties, 3 tough lefties here in this series. I think just playing the odds, trying to get a hot bat.
Again going for that outside corner and misses it. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Susac, by the way, has an option remaining. He's 28 years old, but he is a player that the Orioles could move one more time. Not that they would or will, but all Oriole fans know how those options play into decisions.
Yeah, you got options left, you're not safe, that's for sure.
And a swing and a miss. Throttle back a little bit on that pitch, and 2-2.
Yeah, looked like the change. Now he can throw a firmer changeup, almost like a BP fastball. And there you see, just getting Susac out in front. You really got to respect the fastball. He's popped it up there 94, 95 miles an hour. If he starts working in more consistently, you're going to see some hitters cheat a little bit.
2-2. Trumbo, long time over there at first base. Susac will take it, and it's there. So Rodriguez will pick up the strikeout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. Javis wins. How about this? Sergio Romo will make his second start in as many days. He tossed a perfect 1 inning, opening up for Tampa Bay against Anaheim. He struck out Cozart, Trout, and Upton. Then he was yanked. Ryan Yarbrough came on, gave up just 1 run over 6 1/3, and the Rays won the ball game. So what do? You send Romo back out. He'll be the first pitcher to start consecutive games since 2012 when Zach Greinke started 3 straight ball games. That was because he got thrown out of 1, was suspended, and the All-Star break occurred, and he ended up with 3 starts in a row.
Yeah, a little bizarre there, huh?
Romo, the end of the bullpen, 2 days in a row, starts a game.
You know, they've talked about it. They've talked about it for a number of years now, and hey, it's good to see somebody trying to put it in action and actually working. Might be a game changer.
Kevin Cash is, I mean, it's their bullpen. They have the bullpen day, and on bullpen day, he's now decided what the heck. That ball in the air to right field. That's down the line. J.D. Martinez. And goodbye home run. He snuck it in around the pesky pole. His second home run of this series. And the Red Sox with a 1-0 lead. He is so hot.
He doesn't typically sneak him around the pesky pole. Just drives him anywhere. 14 home runs here for Martinez. And staying inside, a tough fastball in that inside corner, but his game plan is to lead with the hands and a bat head following and somehow finding a piece of the barrel.
So he has tied Manny Machado for second in the league in homers.
There you go. Reaction from Hess here. Welcome to Fenway Park. 324-foot home run.
Martinez, who coming into this series led the majors in opposite field homers. Pitch will be taken up and away. So the Red Sox now with 10 home runs against the Orioles in these 4 games. Rafael Devers has had 1 of them as he's gone 2 for 10. Hess with a 1-1 delivery, and that will miss up. Martinez also picks up his 39th RBI. He is second to Manny. Manny leads the league with 42, and J.D. Martinez third in average. It's Betts, Machado, and Martinez 1, 2, 3 in batting average in the American League. That one fouled back off the mask, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, and in the series, really none of them disappointing. I mean, if you're a baseball fan, seeing 3 of the best offensive players in the game go at it, it's impressive to watch.
Here's the 2-2 delivery, foul back. What a cut. Hess gave up only 2 home runs in his minor league starts. 29 and 2/3 innings and a couple of homers. No more than 1 in any one game. Surrenders the bomb here. That's the second major league home run he has surrendered, as Duffy picked one up in the first start Hess had. 2-2 delivery, and that's going to be up high, and the count goes full, 3-2.
Yeah, and Hess's first major league start gave up that home run in the first inning. Pretty impressive how he just kind of slammed the door on the team after that. It was a nice mental toughness game for Hess.
And he will walk him after the home run. So 1 on, nobody out. Nunez coming up. The Birds are going to host the Nationals May 28th through 30. Kick off summer with a special 105 Memorial Day matchup. All fans get the Orioles Memorial Day t-shirt, plus on Wednesday, first 20,000 fans 15 and over get the Orioles cooler backpack presented by Visit Sarasota. Tickets are at Orioles.com. Nationals trying to make their move in the division. They are 4 games above 500, 3 games behind Atlanta. Philadelphia is just a half a game behind the Braves in the National League East. Pitch bounces away off the mitt. Suzak called strike on the inside corner. 0-1 on Nunez.
A little slider there from Hess to get into the count. Strike one so important. Hess with that walk to Devers didn't have a walk in his first game, so maybe a little shaken with the home run. Martinez.
Nunez a 3-game hit streak. He's having a good year against the Orioles. 5 for 12 with a homer. 4 RBIs. Foul tipped on that one.
That's a good heater. Now back to Sergio Romo. I mean, the Orioles could potentially seriously think about that. The first inning being so hard on them. I mean, they've given up 60 runs in the first compared to their 19. So if you can shut down a team, they can go to work from there.
Yeah. I mean, it's now in play.
Yep.
I mean, it's very much in play. And a swing and a miss. Great off-speed breaking ball, and he gets Nunez on the K.
A couple good pitches there to finish him off. A nice fastball, 94 miles an hour, and he starts this slider off in about the same spot. Nice power slider. Now it starts on that outer third and finishes down and away. Good tilt. And Susak giving that acknowledging point, saying, way to go. Way to finish that slider.
That will bring Holt up to the plate. He's really picked it up. He started the year 1 for 16 and has hit .392 since then. That's why that average is up there, .313 for Brock Holt. One down runner at first base, strike called in the outside corner. He's had just 1 hit, 6 at bats in the series.
Red Sox have a lot of utility type players that could certainly be everyday players on other teams. Brock Holt, one of those guys. You can put him anywhere on the baseball field and he will play and play well. Today, shortstop.
And again, we talked about that earlier in the series, how Cora sits everybody. I mean, everybody gets a rest, and the players are not complaining about it. You got Bogarts out of the lineup today. You got Moreland hitting well over 300, set for first 2 ball games, and the third just appeared later in the game. I mean, he's doing that with everybody, and that's another thing that's happening around Major League Baseball. A number of managers, especially the younger ones. Boone's doing that in New York. They're resting regular starters. That will be foul back and out of play.
Yeah, a lot of hopes, obviously, of a fresher team in September when you make a push for the playoffs, and then, of course, hoping that adrenaline kicks in as well. It seems like you've heard that more recently, the last 5 years, just players saying, wow, it's a long season, you get tired. Actually, players asking for days off.
Which never happened.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of took a lot of pride being out there for 162 and doing what you're supposed to be doing. I mean, you're a baseball player, right?
It's the same thing that's happened to the pitchers, right? I mean, guys, I'm going to finish what I start. You ever hear that anymore? I mean, guys will say it, but there's little intent on pitching complete games anymore.
Sure. Well, absolutely. I mean, just because there's such an awareness of health, lack of arms, so you try to keep arms healthy as possible throughout the course of the season.
Yep. 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 away. Holt. Devers on at first base, not a big lead. Hess's delivery, and that'll be fouled away. Now the Red Sox took advantage of the early season, jumping out to that tremendous start they had. They were 17-2 to begin the year. Since then, they've played just a game over 500, 14-13. But the wins in April are the same counting problem you have in September. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch on the way, had a weight on it. That's not deep to right field. Bermuda triangle shot. It'll fall in, base hit. Well read by Devers, who had gone 3/4 of the way down, so no chance to get him at second base, and no chance for Rickard to haul that in.
Yeah, it was a pretty good read there by Devers. We're so big in right field. One of the biggest right fields in all of baseball, 380. So Rickard's got to fill up this grass, and this ball just placed in between Scope and Rickard. I think Devers watches both the second baseman, Scope, and Rickard. Just what are they doing with their eyes? And each guy kind of looking at each other. Who's going to make that play? That's where Devers got the read.
So the Red Sox, 2 on and 1 out. And here is Vasquez. Christian Vasquez doing the catching today. Couple of hits, 3 at bats in the series. Red Sox are hitting .333 with runners in scoring position in the first 3 games. They lead the American League in that department, hitting .295 overall. They are 10 for 30 in the first 3 games. That's a lot of chances.
Yes, it is.
Orioles have had 19 opportunities, and that's a lot of chances. Pitch that will stay inside. Falls behind here, 2-0. So trying to settle in now after the J.D. Martinez leadoff homer in the inning.
Yeah, really, I think that frustrated him. Really surprised that ball got out of here, and then as it did end up in the seats, that pesky pole coming into play, and he hasn't regrouped very well after the homer. Get back in the zone, trying to get a ground ball.
Infield at double play depth. Vasquez reaching. Vasquez has gone 5 for 28 in these situations, hitting just 179. At the bottom part of this lineup, as we've noted in the other games, they've contributed. They had 3 runs scored by their 8 and 9 hitters in the ball game yesterday. A couple of walks, double picked up by their bottom 2. Game before that, bottom 4, they picked up 6 hits, 2 runs. The bottom 4 in the order, so you know the top's going to deliver. And as we've said, you start getting stuff from the bottom 4 in the order. Yikes. That's right there for a strike.
Good fastball. You got to make sure you get it on the edge or just in if you're going to come in here with that green monster only 310 feet away. A lot of hitters target that wall. Not to necessarily hit it over, but off the wall can be just as productive.
David Hess, first and second. In that hole, played, let's see, a 1 relay over to first, will not be in time. Ball not hit real hard, and that's fortunate for the Orioles because they'd left a big hole between third and short.
Yeah, Danny Valencia going over there to fill it up at the slow chopper. Let's take a look right here. Chopping in the hole. Valencia reaching out. Gets it on to Jonathan Scope, and Scope, you figure it is all but cleaned up. But the pace of that ball right there, not allowing the Orioles to finish up that double play attempt.
So the inning stays alive with runners at first and third, and that will bring up Jackie Bradley Jr. Creating some discussion here with that 161 average and a couple of home runs. Such an outstanding defender in center. And how long can the Red Sox, can they continue to have him in with very little production offensively? Does he need to rest a little bit? Cora said after the ball game yesterday, what he does for us in center field makes up for what he's not doing at the plate.
Yeah. He's had, he's had his success here at the major league with the bat, but he's also had some down times. It leads you to believe he's one of those streaky hitters, and I think Cora just hoping he can get on a little bit of a roll to jack up his confidence. Right now, just not getting on a fastball, and that's a little bit concerning, whether it be the contact point, maybe just letting the ball travel too far. But when your bat speed starts to diminish and you can't get on a 94, 95 mile an hour heater, you got to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and we've seen that all in this series. Fastballs by him in the mitt before he's swinging. 0-2. Hess delivers to him. That'll be up high for a ball. And of course, along with that comes the strikeouts, and that's exactly what Bradley Jr. has been enduring. 39 strikeouts and only 12 walks on the year. A run in on the home run by J.D. Martinez to start the inning, putting Boston up 1-0. They've got runners at first and third now with 2 down. Bradley, the 0 for 7 in the series, and that's what we're talking about. He gets him. Hess gets his second strikeout. It'll be a run on a couple of hits, no errors. 2 are left on base. baseball history, and on this date in 1945, he was a one-armed outfielder. Pete Gray played for the St. Louis Browns, had a great day against the Yankees. 3 outstanding catches, 4 hits, 2 RBIs, scored the game-winning run during a doubleheader, and that was a sweep by the Browns against New York. And on this date in 2014, Chris Davis, 3 home runs, leading the Orioles to a 9-2 win over the Pirates, the second 3-homer game for Chris in his career.
Well, he might have to get a couple off the bench today. You know, I think both teams have a strong bench right now. I know Chris Davis getting the day because of his 6 straight punch-outs, but that's still a big bat, and he could come through for the O's.
And Rodriguez with a 1-0 lead. Starts it out against Craig Gentry. Gentry has a 3-game hit streak in the last 3 he's played in. He has been in and out of the lineup so much, getting the start in left field in this ball game. With Mancini moving to first, taking over for Davis. And that one onto the screen, 0-2. Now let's see if Rodriguez will stay aggressive.
And Gentry get another opportunity to get more consistent playing time. I was talking to Gentry coming into this series just about this outfield here, and I had a nice little piece with Wayne Kirby, and Gentry says this is the toughest outfield by far to play because each position has its own unique characteristics. You know, left field, center, and right field. And I said, well, what do you think is the toughest position here at Fenway? He said right field by far. It's just so big.
That's interesting, isn't it, with everybody talking about the green monster here.
Exactly.
But that monster actually makes it easier. I mean, you don't have far to run. If it's high enough, it's out, and if it's going to bounce off the wall, you kind of stay back and wait for it to come to you.
Yeah, exactly. There you see 380 in right field. I mean, it is huge out there. A nasty right field line as well.
Gentry, the second strikeout victim for Rodriguez, so he did come right after him after he got up in the count. Here is Trey Mancini, grounded out. His first time to the plate. Mancini an even 300 against left-handers coming into the game, and he's going to keep that right there. Opposite field base hit. Betts will get it back in. 1 for 2 in the ball game for Trey.
Good swing, boom, boom.
Adam Jones coming up.
And Adam Jones starting to swing the bat much more consistently. Take a look at the numbers right here. Runners in scoring position March and April just 172. Here in May certainly picking it up a little bit, 286. All the numbers on the rise for Adam Jones. He found that consistency. He has had an 11-game hit streak in the month of May, just what the doctor ordered for the Orioles, and a big reason why their offense showing more consistency here this month.
So a runner on at first as the Orioles have their 3rd hit of the ball game. Jones will try and make something of it here in this plate appearance. He will take the pitch for a strike. Adams so consistent over the years with those numbers he has offensively. I think that 286 mark has been a favorite one for him at different points of the season and at the end of seasons. He carries a major league 278 lifetime batting average into this year. That one will be fouled back. He finished 285 last year, finished strong for the Orioles at the plate. He was 20 points higher last year than he was in 2016.
Vasquez taking one right off that right eye. That turns around. Been through this before. Give me another baseball. Let's try it again.
Pitch on. 0-2 the count. Mancini held by Moreland. Reaching, going to get a base hit into right field. Making the turn, Mancini. He'll stay. Betts hurries the throw back in. The Orioles back-to-back singles get runners on at first and second now with only 1 away. Experience yoga at the yard, presented by Kaiser Permanente. Following the June 16 game against the Marlins, purchase a ticket, receive a ticket to the game, a post-game yoga session on the field conducted by Baltimore's own Holistic Life Foundation, and an exclusive Orioles yoga mat. The ticket package is available, Orioles.com/yoga. 2 on and 1 out. Right where you want Manny Machado to be at the plate.
Well, both hitters here, Mancini and Jones, just taking what's given, shooting the ball to right field. Adams staying on a tough little changeup, and you got to believe they're going to pitch Machado away as well.
Orioles 5 for 19 in these situations in the series, and indeed they do. They went away. Our league leaders brought to you by Coons. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons.
Now, right man, right spot. Highest average with runners in scoring position. Machado leading the way by a large margin. How about a 500 batting average?
0-1 count. Lefty, a look back at Mancini. Further away, pickoff throw from his knees. Pretty good throw made by Vasquez, with Mancini not that far off the bag.
I've seen that a couple times here in this series. The Orioles taking some good secondary leads, bouncing off nicely, and then forcing the opposing defense to put some pressure on here, throwing behind Mancini. But that's what you like to see. Extending, take what's given. Mancini at the perfect distance right there.
Even up count on Manny Machado. Manny's had .25 RBIs per plate appearance. That is the third best in the majors. Leading the Orioles, of course, by far in that and most other offensive categories. 1-1 delivery to him. He'll take the pitch down low. Manny has been very aggressive at the plate this season, as you might expect, and as a result, he doesn't see a lot of pitches. He's seen the 8th fewest pitches per plate appearance in the majors. He's finding the pitch he wants early, going after it, hitting it hard, and getting on base. 2-1, runners off first and second. Manny out in front. Nevers at third. Infield fly rule was in effect. 2 down.
Might have been a little change up right there to get Manny out in front, and the pop up Devers for that second out. Boy, that is a big out for Rodriguez.
And he's shaking his head on the way back. Jonathan Scope flied out to center field his first time up. Couple of hits, 11 at bats in the series against the Red Sox. Oriole base runners Mancini and Jones. They'll be going on contact if Scope can put one in play. Rodriguez wants the signs again.
Having Jonathan Scope behind Manny Machado. Wow, what a luxury. Jonathan Scope last season, just incredible numbers. And Orioles hoping he can heat up and get right back to those consistent power numbers. Over 30 home runs, over 100 RBIs for Scope. Here's a big opportunity.
Vasquez goes charging out. They went through the signs again, and whatever it was, I don't think it was what Vasquez put the fingers down for. He immediately goes out to make sure he and Rodriguez know, with that runner on at second base, what the signs are here. And that's a visit to the mound.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to be on the same page for sure. Want his heart to be in these pitches. Don't want to make mistakes to Jonathan Scope, and certainly don't want any signs relayed in and give the hitters an extra advantage.
Scope with the 1-0 count. And will just miss inside. So he falls behind here 2-0. Scope ought to get something to hit right here. Rodriguez with 2 on, 2 down. Not wanting to go to that 3-0 count on Scope unless he has to. You got Trumbo waiting on deck. Timeout asked for by the catcher.
Well, the Orioles showing some good patience. And this might be one of those times where Jonathan's got to be extra patient. You just expect this 2-0 count and be a changeup. We talked about Rodriguez, the ability to double up and even triple up on his change at times.
2-0 delivery on the way to him and tailed it away. Again, took something off the pitch.
Yeah, there's a 2-0 changeup. Scope gearing up for that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. And how about the location and the nice fade on the end? Get back into the count.
Rodriguez has gone 1-3 against the Orioles here at Fenway with a high ERA of 7.4 in the games he's pitched against the Orioles here. 4-5, as we said, lifetime against Baltimore. 2 ball 1 strike count. Runners waiting. Scope will take it. It'll miss inside. 3-1. It's a very quiet Sunday at the yard.
It sure is.
Rodriguez is so slow.
Throwing a ton of pitches as well.
Yeah.
54 pitches thrown right now.
Holt at short, taking his glove off. Looking around.
Kills the defense. It sure does.
Here's the 3-1 delivery on the way, and that'll go down to third base. Devers needs only one, and they will get it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 are left on base. Red Sox up 1-0. Another big house on hand, 35,000 plus in all likelihood. Fan picture day today. They were allowed to come in on the warning track all the way around the field, and players came out, Red Sox players, and walked around the perimeter, had pictures taken, signed some autographs.
Yeah.
Big crowd out there.
They're excited fans for sure.
A chance to see their favorite Red Sox players. David Hess on the mound has surrendered the 1 run, 2 hits. Orioles no runs, 4 hits. Orioles have stranded 4, 2 left on so far by Boston. And back to the top. Mookie Betts. He popped out his first time up. 1-0 delivery. Hess will work him a little bit in, trying to stay away from the power that he has. He's been picking up a lot of singles of late, but he can drive a ball out of the yard, obviously. 1-1 delivery to him. That'll be fouled back on a home run cut.
Yeah, that was a big cut. Yeah, there isn't really any safe spot. I mean, I think you got to make some good pitches down and away on that outside corner. Alex Cobb made some real good pitches with his fastball against him, and painting that inside corner, and he was looking in there. He was turning and burning, getting it out of there in a hurry. I believe Betts looking on that inner third, the whole AB.
Got one he wanted to drive right there. Among the amazing numbers for Mookie Betts, he has been held hitless in only 9 games. In 6 of those 9, he drew a walk. So he has been held off base 3 times in 47 games. Wow. 1-2 delivery to him. That's a bouncer that he will take. And obviously you can tell by his at bats watching him. He's seeing the ball so well. He reacts perfectly to virtually every pitch.
Yeah, rarely chases out of the strike zone. You talk about Manny Machado. Well, Betts the same way. Really discipline their strike zone, only swinging at strikes. Tough to get him to chase.
And the pitch will be outside by Hess. So he works the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Red Sox with that home run now have 66 on the year. That's the most they've had at this point of a season ever. High in the air, left center field, going back by the monster, looking up. And it'll take a big hop. Adam Jones, he's going to try for 3. Nope. Good throw by Jones to the cutoff man. Betts goes back to second with a double.
Wow. Betts staying red hot. And another 3-2 count, smoking his 19th double of the season. Up high off the green monster. Take a look here. Fastball down. That might be out of the strike zone. And Betts goes down and gets himself some. Perfectly played, though, by Adam Jones. He's had a ton of games here at Fenway Park. Plays that angle perfectly. Betts, boy, he's thinking 3 right out of the box. A nice throw by Jones to get it back in and hold him right there at second.
That is the 30th hit in May for Mookie Betts. He's hitting .399 in the month of May. He's on in scoring position. Breaking ball. That'll be a called strike. Benintendi with the RBI chance. Benintendi grounding out his first time up. Benintendi .366 in these situations. Betts with great speed. He and Machado rather are chatting out there as he gets his lead. Here's Hess with the 0-1, and the pitch is up high to him. 1 ball, 1 strike count. 3 hits on the board now for the Red Sox. Leadoff man on for the second time. JD Martinez had that home run in the second inning, leading the inning off. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. 2-1.
Another thing, you got to be aware of Betts out there. Now, I know you don't want to make that first out at third base, but the Red Sox, another big part of their offense is stealing bases this season. Curtis Goodwin, their first base coach, and he was a monster base stealer in his day, and he's taught these guys to pick up little subtleties from a pitcher, get some jumps. He stole 5 bases in game 1 of this series.
2-1 delivery. Good heat upstairs at 93. A little bit out of the strike zone. You couldn't reach it. And a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Betts now leads the league in doubles along with all the other categories. He's got 19 two-baggers. Manny out there telling him, slow down just a little. I'm behind you a little bit.
Bring out those old rules where you can hold the belt and stuff. Stop
yeah,
from running, right?
Yeah.
Maybe tackle him.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Betts the league leader in hits, 2 with 61. Manny's got 60. Foul back. Betts took a pretty good jump off second base. He was thinking about it. He wanted to see just how far he could move to third, and Manny moving in a little bit. I think to let Hess know you might want to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. He's bouncing around out there and trying to get in the head of the young Orioles starter here. I mean, anything you can do to disrupt the pitcher's rhythm and timing, and of course Betts out there bouncing around a little bit.
Betts 11 out of 13 stealing bases. 2-2 in the dirt, stays. Susak able to hold that out in front of him. So another full count, 3-2. Little more fine with the pitches, I think, since that home run by JD Martinez.
Oh yeah, definitely very aggressive. First inning, only 9 pitches, and then that little home run by Martinez kind of scared him out of the zone. The Red Sox had him on the ropes, but he was able to minimize the damage. But here once again, back-to-back 3-2 counts.
Benintendi will bloop that one towards second base. Scope will go back and make the play on it. Benintendi's out of there.
Well, how about the largest difference in on-base plus slugging this season with teams? I mean, you talk about 2 top-heavy teams, Red Sox and the Orioles. Hitters 1 through 3. Betts, Benintendi, Ramirez typically for the Red Sox. And how about Mancini, Jones, Machado? The numbers staggering. I mean, getting on base and driving in runs. Go 4 through 9, and both teams not quite as much. That's a pretty big difference right there. Gary and I have been talking this whole series. The Red Sox final 3 batters, if they start heating up, this Red Sox lineup is going to be something to deal with. They already are pretty tough. And the same way with the Orioles, just picking it up 1 through 9, having more consistency is definitely going to make them a better offense.
Mitch Moreland will go after it, foul it off. 1 down, runner on at second base, and Moreland has been red hot. 385 over the last 12 games for him. He is 8th in the league in average. Nobody ever even talks about him. He's up there 6th in slugging, 5th in OPS. Hitting at home, .381 in this ballpark, fourth highest in the American League for Mitch Moreland, and he doesn't even play every day. 0-1 the count on him. Moreland grounding out his first time up, in trouble with the sign, so here's another visit with a runner on at second. Betts, Susac and Hess will make sure they know what's what.
Definitely important to get on the same page. We've seen this a couple times in the series. Get a runner on at second base just to make sure they know what sign's coming. I'm always a little surprised that an infielder doesn't come in to make sure everybody knows what's being thrown.
0-1. Little breeze blowing out towards right center right now. Delivery on the way to Moreland, and he will foul that one off the other way. A ball game here today where you've got 4 of just 6 major leaguers who've had 100+ plate appearances and are hitting .300 with an OPS over 1. Betts, Martinez, Moreland, and Machado. 4 of them in this game. There are only 6. Chris Bryant, Jose Ramirez are the other 2 in the majors. 0-2 count with 1 down. Betts meandering about second base. Betts is sort of like the player with the afterburners in his shoes, and they're always on. He's always moving around, wants to run. 0-2 delivery, foul tipped into the mid and held on to. Got him. Big strikeout, third for Hess.
Yeah, a couple swing throughs on the high fastball from Hess. I like that. Work up to the top of the zone, keep it out of that upper third, and he does there, rising well up and out of the strike zone. Big second out for Hess.
That'll bring up J.D. Martinez, who delivered his 14th home run in the second inning. Martinez now has 3 home runs on the year against the Orioles and has driven in 6. He's had 2 of those 3 home runs in this 4-game set. 2 down, 1 on. David Hess delivers to him away.
Let's take a look at his home run here. Fastball down and in, and pulls the hands inside. He didn't square it up. It certainly got enough of it. 95 miles an hour off the bat at 38-degree launch angle. Good height, but it's only 302 down the right field line, and it was perfect placement there.
11 career home runs against the Orioles for Martinez. 11 in 29 games. 1-0 count. Way up high.
How about swinging for the fences? Most consecutive games with a home run. They're the Orioles with the 12 we talked about. Red Sox on there as well with the home run by Martinez. Some powerhouse offensive teams. Some consistency with the long ball.
How about the Phillies? That National League East, you got 2 teams, Atlanta on top of Philadelphia by a half game. Those 2 big surprises in Major League Baseball. Yeah, Atlanta's 27-17. Philadelphia's 26-17. 2-0 count, and the pitch will come inside. Very careful. First base is open. There are 2 down. Devers is waiting on deck. Martinez is going to go. They walk him intentionally. Not going to fool around with the chance of making a mistake. Though the intentional pass surrendered. Now 2 on, and Devers coming up. He drew a walk and was stranded his first time up. Just a 1-0 lead. Trying to keep it that way. Hess. Fly ball. Shallow left. Play made by Gentry, and Hess finds a way out. No runs to put the leadoff double by Betts, and 2 are left on base. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Gary Thorne and Mike Bordick here at Fenway. Could not see downtown last night with all the fog, rain, mist. You can see it now in all the clouds above, but a lot of sunshine first part of the ball game. Number of Oriole fans on hand here at Fenway with the weekend set, a 4-game series. Been around town here. Rodriguez goes back to work. He has thrown 55 pitches, and Trumbo will take his 56th outside for a ball. Trumbo a base hit his first time up. 1-3-0 for the Red Sox. 0-4-0 for the Orioles. Left-hander's delivery fouled off, chopped down at the plate.
A pretty good swing there from Trumbo since coming off the DL. Trumbo definitely is working on taking that bat head to the baseball, picking up some base hits, much in the same way he started when he first came over to the Orioles a couple years ago. He ended up winning the home run title that year. It's about time for Trumbo to start letting it loose a little bit. Only 1 home run on the season.
1-1 delivery to him, rides up and in. And a 2-ball 1-strike count. Yankees playing again at Kansas City today. That'll be a little later start. Tampa Bay plays much later against the Angels. Oakland leading Toronto 1-0. They're in the 4th inning. Games involving teams in the American League East. Timeout, Trumbo. Rodriguez taking a little too long. Two-one delivery on the way.
Nasty pitch there. Backdoor breaking balls to Trumbo. Giving up on him. Looks like it's going to stay out in that left-hand hitter's batter's box, but a nice little finish there to get the second strike.
Rodriguez so slow he really freezes hitters. And a reach on that one, and that will be foul back. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Left-hander has retired 72% of leadoff batters this year, above the major league average of 69. That certainly helps the cause and get that first out in an inning. 2-2. Trumbo right back to the glove. Little snow cone on that one, gets the out. Experience a Father's Day Catch on the Field presented by Pennington Grass Seed. It'll be on Sunday, June 17. Special ticket packages include a pregame session of Catch on the Field, 2 tickets to the game. Prior to the game, the first 20,000 18 and over get the Orioles necktie. Tickets at Orioles.com/catch. Great time, Dads, to take the kids out. Clouds moving around here. Pitch taken for a strike. Danny Valencia flied to center field his first time up. Valencia will take. Valencia's had a 3 for 8 series here in Boston.
I think Danny getting a little bit more playing time than expected. Typically just kind of slated as a lefty matchup. And of course, getting a lot more playing time here in this series after facing 3 lefties, but kind of forced into action with Beckham going down on the disabled list. The Orioles have been looking for somebody to step up and play a more consistent third base. Valencia's bat keeping him in there against the lefties.
Yeah, his 15th start at third base for Valencia. We will ask for the timeout. Two ball, 1 strike count. Souvenir back upstairs.
Rodriguez got away with one there. And the backdoor, the breaking ball, and it stays in the middle, coming right to the bat hit. Valencia walking around saying, how the heck did I miss that one?
Danny, a ground ball down to third. Short hop attempt. will go to short, and there'll be no play. So Devers decided I better try and make this one in, and he didn't.
Trying to get that short hop, the big bounder coming off the bat of Valencia. Take a look, big high hop, and he wants to get that short hop. He reaches out there, but hair late as it kicks off the heel. Swipe right through there. Just missing.
That'll be an error. First error committed in the ball game. The Orioles get a base runner on with one down. Joey Rickard flied out to left field, his first time up. And Rodriguez will start him out with a strike on the inside corner.
We're talking about just kind of the pace of play. That could be kind of looked at. Every hitter here 3-2. It seems like the defense getting a little on their heels a little bit. That looked like a routine play, but you get a hair late on your heels, and the ball's going to eat you up.
I keep wondering how Rodriguez can be doing this and not be in violation of the 30-second clock. So I've been trying to watch. He just makes it.
Yeah.
He gets up there 24, 25 seconds. And then if the hitter asks for a timeout, obviously you go well over 30 seconds before you get a pitch. He's got an 0-2 count here. Just missed inside with it. Rickard on a tough take and a 1-ball 2-strike count.
I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go in there one more time before maybe targeting that outside corner.
That'll go to second on a big hop. Nunez one relay. There is none. No chance at first base. So Valencia, the lead runner, taken out, and Rickard reaches on the fielder's choice. Now 2 away. Oriole fans, when the O's score 5 runs or more, get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com with promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. 2 away. Rickard at first. Susac up. Strikeout victim. His first time to the plate. Getting progressively warmer and more humid as the afternoon goes on. That's why they have thunderstorms in the forecast.
Yeah, looks like they're building up out there.
Yeah. 1-0 count. Played in the rain last night. Think about everybody surprised and 1 the game started and 2 that it finished. 9 innings. That one hit hard center field. That'll be a base hit. 1 hopper picked up by Bradley Jr. and Susac on the money on that one.
Yeah, nice short swing right there from Susac. Let's take a look right here. Fastball down in the zone. Stays short to it. Squares it up 104 miles an hour off that short swinging bat. Nice clean single for Susac.
That is his second hit since being called up from Norfolk. So he has gone 2 for 9. And the Orioles get another chance. Just a 1-0 ball game with the Red Sox up in the home run by J.D. Martinez in the 2nd inning. Again, runners on at first and second base. Gentry, strikeout victim, his first time up. He will step out, asking for the timeout. Lefty's delivery in the air to center. Jackie Bradley Jr. trying to find it. Does, using the glove. So no runs. 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base.
today. PNC make today the day. Well, DL Hall, 19-year-old, of course, first-round pick back in 2014 or 2017, and he's off to a sensational start this year. 2.29 earned run average and 19 2/3 innings of work. How about the 20 punch-outs? Going to work his fastball 92 to 94. A big upside, obviously, this young man with that live fastball. A lot of people talking or comparing him to Scott Kazmir, strong lefty, came up through the Rays organization. DL Hall in a solid year.
Bring him on up.
Yeah.
Here's Nunez, and it will be foul back. Nunez, strikeout victim his first time up. Holt and then Vasquez due up against David Hess. Hess hanging tough. Run on just 3 hits against him. The home run by Martinez, a double by Betts, and a single by Holt. He's been able to get outs holding the Red Sox runners on base and gets him to go after a pitch moving away. Nunez now 3 hits in 9 at bats in the series. He has picked up a 5 for 13 on the year against the Orioles. Pretty good numbers.
Now, Hess would definitely like a quick inning.
There's that off-speed delivery that gets him. That's strikeout number 4.
Well, he came up with some big sliders in his first major league start. Here, a good look. The Hess slider, a nice finish. Looks a lot like Dylan Bundy's. Throws it hard, looking like the fastball coming out of his hand, but exceptional tilt on the end. Big strikeout for Hess.
That'll bring Holt up. Holt with the single we talked about in his first and only at bat that came in the 2nd inning. He will take the pitch inside for a ball. Well, Hess continues this for a couple more innings. It's going to be hard not to say he shouldn't be in the rotation. Ground ball down to first base. A little flip Mancini to Hess for the out, and he's got a chance at a quick inning. 2 down. Birds are going to be hosting the Angels June 29 through July 1 at the ballpark. On Saturday, June 30, the first 35,000 fans 15 and over will receive the Birdland Hawaiian shirt. For tickets, go to Orioles.com. They are going to be at the ballpark to get those shirts, otherwise they wouldn't be wearing that silly stuff. Christian Vasquez. Vasquez hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. And will miss away for a ball. Chris Tillman in Sarasota on the DL with a bad back. That's why Hess is getting a second chance here at the major league level in his second start. Remember, he's working on 7 days rest. He hadn't pitched since his first major league outing. Knocked down. Mancini's got time. Hess gets it, and there's the quick inning that he wanted. 1, 2, 3 here in the 4th. Orioles need a run or 2. 1-0.
heroes, because no matter where you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Summer day here in Boston. Take a look at the Commons, and you see the duck boats, swan boats that are out there as they patrol the pond. You ride on those. There are a couple of swans who are marched in every year in a little parade with a band and everything, and they stay for the summer.
Yeah, ice just went out on that pond about a week ago.
Did you?
No, the ice did.
Oh, the ice did. Oh, that's right. Ice out. And fish now. Well, Boston Common, the oldest park in the United States, is the Revolutionary War gathering ground, Civil War gathering ground. Oh, 1 count coming. Trey Mancini will take it down low. Now the Orioles have had a couple of chances, but Rodriguez, like Hess, has been able to find a way to get around the small jams. Orioles have left 2 on in each of the last 2 innings. The Red Sox up 1-0 on the J.D. Martinez homer. Trey gets jammed. 89 on that one.
Yeah, and Rodriguez in the second and third gave up singles to lead off the inning and still found a way to get out of it. The Orioles got to find a way to string a couple hits together. A little more pressure on him.
And we'll get him on a pitch away, in and out on that matchup.
Now 89 miles an hour, and at times he can really throw the changeup too hard, but he gets extra movement on this one. Fading down and away. You see Mancini off balance and reaching for it. There is the changeup grip. And he's thrown a couple good ones in this ball game.
Strikeout number 3 for Rodriguez. He's had as many as 10 in a ball game this year. That was at Texas. Adam Jones 2 for 2, couple of singles in the ball game. The Orioles have gone 0 for 3 runners in scoring position. They have left 6. Boston's gone 0 for 5. They have left 4. And with 1 out, pitch will be at the knees for a strike. Jones to be followed by Manny Machado. Irony of the schedule, the Orioles don't come back here till the last week of the season here in Boston. Ground ball underneath the glove of Nunez. That'll be a base hit, and Adam is 3 for 3. 3 singles. This one coming with 1 away.
Take that. Slapping the ball to right field. There are a lot of hits over there. Extend an inning. Put a little more pressure on the defense. Nunez trying to take that deep angle. Flag this one down. Too much pace on the ground ball. Scooting by him. Just underneath the glove. Just over 100 miles an hour off the bat of Jones.
Adams got his 12th multi-hit game and his 7th 3-hit ball game of the year. Manny leads the Orioles, of course, with 18. And both Jones and Trey Mancini have a dozen multi-hit games, tied for second on the ball club. Let's see if the Orioles can do anything with this one with 1 away. Manny Machado has flied out, popped out. 5 for 14 now in the series. Manny leads the Orioles on the season against the Red Sox. He's had 8 hits, more than any other Oriole, and he has driven in 7 on the year, more than any other Oriole against Boston. 1-0 count, 1 down. Adam short lead at first. Rodriguez will get that one in at knee level.
Really making some good pitches on Machado here. Nothing left on the white of the plate. That outside corner shown in a couple times.
One ball, 1 strike count. Infield not all the way shifted around, but a move that way. It's a real good pitch. Looks like that's going to be on a quarter of the plate that ends up off.
Yeah, that's a change again. 88, and he just turns it over on the end, just pushing it off Machado's bat head.
So 1 ball, 2 strike count on Manny. You see Nunez almost behind second base. Big hole first to second. With Moreland holding the bag on Adam Jones. The 1-2 is going to be inside. Does that set him up for another changeup away?
Yeah, you got to believe that. I mean, he missed earlier in the ball game to Machado with a little backdoor cutter. Throwing a nice consistent mix of pitches on the outside corner, and then you push a hitter off the plate and just to try to open it up a little bit more.
Machado just 214 off Rodriguez, career average. 2-2 delivery and came back. And a called strike on the inside corner.
Wow. Strike zone's been a little tight. Take a look at the fastball here. Yeah, Vasquez helping out that. I mean, look at his glove. Just locking it up. Very borderline pitch right there. I think Vasquez presenting it as well as he did gets strike 3.
So 2 down with Adam Jones on at first base. Jonathan Scope is flied out, grounded out. Ray Fosse, former Major League catcher, does A games. I was listening to an Oakland game the other night. Thought Ray made an interesting point as a catcher. Usually the umpires say, don't bother freezing pitches if you're the catcher, because I've already made the call when it came across the plate. But Ray said there are some umpires who delay calls, and if that's the kind of umpire you got behind the plate, it doesn't hurt to freeze the glove, because he says the umpire's taking a long time, a second look at things, and with that kind of a strike call behind the plate, you might want to hold it, you might want to frame it and see if it helps your pitcher.
Yeah, absolutely. It almost seems like every night you see an umpire actually look at the glove. Catcher makes a play, there is a hesitation, and then the strike 3 call. Yeah, you got to try to catch it as well as you possibly can. And catchers, big league catchers, so good at turning their glove so that the glove stays on the plate, but the ball is off the plate.
Swing and a miss. There's that pitch down and away again at 89. He throws that hard.
Yes, he does. Now he can slow it down about 84 miles an hour, but works it like a BP fastball, basically 88, 89, and gets that nice little tail on the end. Really finishing strong, turning it over.
Ball and 2 strikes with 2 down. 1 out single by Adam Jones. He remains at first base. Lights will start taking effect here at the ballpark with the clouds now covering the sun, which will make it easier on those fly ball pop-ups. Just kind of drifted in here as we've moved along this afternoon. 2-2. That'll be 5 strikeouts picked up by Rodriguez as he strikes the side out here in the 5th. Run on the board. There's your line as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning for David Hess. Second start, good one. He kind of has worked both ends of it. When the Orioles called him up to pitch in game 1, he was working on just 3 days rest because he had pitched in Norfolk. Then he went back to Norfolk and didn't pitch. So now he's working on 7 days rest.
Right.
So maybe he'll get to do 4 or 5 days somewhere along the way.
Try to make it easy on a kid, huh?
That's a long time for a pitcher. That'll be fouled off. Jackie Bradley Jr. leading it off for the Red Sox. A strikeout victim his first time up, 0 for 8 in this series against the Orioles, and he is 1 for 18 this year against the Orioles. 0-1 delivery by Hess. That's what he's doing. I mean, right now you can throw fastballs all day and he can't hit it.
Yeah. Boy, that can really cause some sleepless nights swinging through this many fastballs.
Oh, 2 delivery to him. He hit that one. That'll go to the corner in right field. He got that ball up and he didn't miss it. Ball skips away from Rickert, but he recovers and gets it in. It is a double for Bradley Jr.
Finally cheating a little bit to get to the fastball. Catching one out front. Bradley Jr. starting the 5th inning off with his 5th double. Elevated fastball up and away. Yeah, and he's cheating to get to it, hooking it down that right field line. And Rickard with a little bobble. Don't know if he would have had him at second anyway. Bradley Jr. flying around the bases.
So 3 out of 5 innings, Red Sox have had the leadoff man on base. They only scored though, and that leadoff batter was Martinez on a home run. Here is Mookie Betts up at 370 now, a double, 1 for 2, 5-game hit streak. Big lead at second. Betts will take the pitch for a strike. Here in the series, he's now had 8 hits in 15 at bats, 8 for 15, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Nobody holding at second, so Bradley has got good speed and a real good secondary lead. 0-1 delivery will be up high.
Just not anticipating Bradley Jr. to run it all. Defense spreading off. Surprised if Bradley Jr. tries to get down there though. Force has to step off.
1 ball, 1 strike count. In the air, right center. Adam Jones going over. Runner will tag. Adam makes the catch. And an easy advance to third by Bradley Jr. Betts retired, 1 away.
We were talking about David Hess and the rest that he had. Take a look. His debut, Major League debut, May 12th, had 3 days rest, came up and threw a gem quality start, 6 innings, 6 hits, only 3 earned runs. Of course, those earned runs coming in the 1st inning, so he settled down and really proved a lot, I think, to Buck Showalter, resulting in the 2nd start. And of course, 7 days rest in between and showing what he can do. I mean, versatility, the mindset of David Hess, doing a nice job here, minimizing some damage, been in some trouble early part of this ball game.
Infield is all the way in. Runner at third, 1 out. Benintendi. He will take the pitch for a strike. He has grounded out and popped out in the ball game. Benintendi on the year, believe it or not, with all the other names we've talked about, has more RBIs against the Orioles than any other Red Sox. He's driven in 9 in the 7th game these teams have played. The shift is on against him too. Benintendi down the line in left, that'll be out of play.
Now what's it going to take actually for a sac fly to get Bradley Jr. in? And you see the green, that's a go. Send. The red line, you better hold him up. Well, Bradley Jr. some pretty good speed, and take a look as you work around. It's got to be, it doesn't have to be as deep as you think to score Bradley Jr. He's got some rockets in those shoes.
2 strike count, Hess ahead. Benintendi will take it up high. Benintendi had 3 runs driven in last night. That equaled a season high for him. He has reached base now in the last 10 games against the Orioles. Right now, not so much concerned about getting on base as he is about getting that run in. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Benintendi up. 2-2.
Benintendi, talk about Betts and Martinez. He's as hot as either one of those guys here, especially in the month of May. 3 of his 4 home runs coming this month. Well over 300 right now. I guess if they wanted to pick one guy to hit in this situation, probably be Benintendi.
RBI producer. 2-2 delivery on the way. Takes. That one got framed by Susac. Benintendi leaned out.
Pretty good looking pitch right there. Hasn't thrown many changeups in this ball game. But a quality one there, but even better take.
So a full count, 3-2. Infield stays all the way in. Benintendi won't need it. Way back in right field, going back, wanting track wall, and goodbye, home run. On a 3-2 count, Benintendi gets a 2 RBI homer and a 3-0 lead for the Red Sox. Number 5, RBIs 28 and 29.
Well, too many 3-2 counts in this ball game. Too many opportunities to see pitches from Hess. Benintendi finally making him pay. Up and in fastball, 93 miles an hour, jumping all over it. Benintendi staying red hot here at the top of this Red Sox lineup. We'll see getting into the O's bullpen.
Benintendi, the homer on hit number 5. And a 3-0 lead for Boston. 2 home runs off Hess here in his second major league start. And for Benintendi, he's only had 5 in the year, and 2 of those have come against the Orioles. And that's 11 RBIs on the season driven in 7 games against Baltimore. 0-1 delivery. That is tagged. That's going towards that short porch. It'll take a hop up and over. That is a ground rule double for Moreland.
Now a few balls getting squared up here in this 5th inning. Moreland ripping his 10th double down that right field line. It's going to prompt a visit from Roger McDowell. Settle down a little bit.
So the Red Sox quiet bats through the first 4 innings, coming alive here in the 5th. 2 doubles and a home run. Roger McDowell, the Oriole pitching coach, out. Nobody throwing in the Orioles bullpen at the moment. A couple people walking around. There's the call down. Alan Mills, bullpen coach, will begin work down there. So each team now with 6 hits in the ball game. Showalter was out talking to Bill Welke, who is the crew chief. Don't know about what.
Yeah.
Wright will get up to throw. And here's Martinez. JD Martinez, 14th home run, 2nd inning, intentional walk in the 3rd. Runner on at second base and 1 out. They tried pitching around Martinez the last time up, and then decided it wasn't worth the effort and gave him ball 4.
I'm a little bit surprised they're not doing that again right now. I mean, such a dangerous hitter.
Moreland with the double at second. In the air, right center field. Adam Jones back. Oh my Lord. Oh, goodbye home run to the deepest part of the ballpark. It just made it over the 420 mark. Another 2-run homer here in the 5th inning, and it is 5-0.
Home run double, home run double. Red Sox bats his 3rd time through. Making Hess pay. 108 miles an hour off the bat. 443 straight away center field here at Fenway Park. Take a look at the pitch. Trying to get that pitch up and in. Stays in the middle of the plate. And Martinez stays through it.
Well, Martinez with 2 home runs in the ball game has now tied his teammate Mookie Betts for the major league lead in homers with 15. And he's got a 3 RBI ball game. So Martinez, a 2-homer game for the Red Sox, and 3 hit off Hess in the game, 2 of them coming here in the 5th. Devers at the plate, drew a walk, flied out, down the line, just foul. They are really tagging his pitches.
Yes, they are. Finding the barrel, another hard hit ball, just foul down the right field line.
And Buck Showalter waiting in the bullpen. You saw Wright up and throwing. Still only one away. 1-2 strike count with Nunez waiting on deck. Devers goes after it the other way. Valencia's up with it. Gets it there in time for the out. And there is the second out of the inning. Bradley led this off with a double. And then Benintendi with his 5th home run, good for 2. Double by Moreland. And the 15th home run by Martinez, good for 2 more. Red Sox pounding out these homers at an unbelievable rate here, especially in May. They have now out-homered the Orioles on the season 12-4 in the 7 games played. Nunez has struck out twice. Hess's delivery swung on and missed at 81 and an 0-2 count on him.
Making some pretty good pitches to Nunez here with the sliders, and looking to finish him off probably with another one.
Hess with the 0-2.
Well, I think time and time again, young pitchers are reminded about the importance of execution of pitches. It isn't about how hard you throw up here, even though everybody talks about the big arms, 94, 95.
That's going to go to center. That'll be a base hit. So Nunez is on, 1 for 3 in the ball game for the second baseman, and that'll be it for David Hess. So Hess performing well through 4, but the 5th another story, as the Red Sox bats found a way to get to it. So Wright will be coming out of the bullpen. Hess will head out. There are 2 down and a runner on.
The year will be his 10th appearance with an 8.72 earned run average. Still trying to find that form and rhythm out there on the mound. Opponent sitting a lofty 330 off right.
Runner on at first base. There are 2 away. Nunez the runner. Here's Holt. He's had a base hit, 1 for 2. Wright's pitch to him, strike in the inside corner. For Mike Wright, game number 2 against the Red Sox this year. He worked 2 2/3 innings previously, giving up a run on 2 hits. He owns a 1-1 record in the 9 other appearances against Boston. 0-1. That's going to be a base hit into left field. Inside out swing on that one. Knocked down by Gentry. Nunez goes to second. And the Red Sox keep this hot 5th inning alive.
Now, so many of the Red Sox hitters, that inside out approach, trying to do too much here at Fenway Park. A lot of times hitters can get caught up in the green monster, but lefties and righties both here. Leading with the hands, keeping that barrel high and staying inside. Baseball really helps you handle the secondary pitches. We have total coverage.
2 for 3 for Holt on the day, and the Red Sox have batted around. Vasquez, the number 9 hitter in the inning, hit into a fielder's choice, and he has grounded out. 2 on, 2 down. Pitch in there for a strike. JD Martinez with 2 home runs in the ball game. It's his first multi-homer game of the year. It's his 8th of his career. He has had a 4 home run game, a 3 home run game, and 6 2 home run games in his career. 0-1 count with 2 away. Vasquez, chance to increase that lead, steps out. 9 hits. All of a sudden the Red Sox 6 hits so far here in the 5th inning and 4 runs. David Hess just saw it happen in a hurry, which it so often does at this level. You make a couple of mistakes. Wright's delivery outside. Susak out to get it.
Yeah, and it doesn't help you. You make it through the first couple times through the lineup, and then the third time through, just hitters are a little bit more familiar. They're seeing you a little bit better. Look at Susak. A fine pick right there. Keeping a couple guys out of scoring position with that pick.
Kevin Gausman, a talk with Hess. 1-1 delivery on the way. Strike taken at the letters.
Kevin Gausman, a real good one to talk to. Certainly has learned a lot at the major league level. I think most importantly, learning about fastball command. And Hess a couple times lost that fastball command. Red Sox lineup making him pay. Kevin Gausman understanding the importance of the execution of the pitches, not necessarily how hard you can throw.
Right ahead of Vasquez, a ball and 2 strikes. And again, Vasquez will ask for the timeout. So the big RBI people this year against the Orioles. Benintendi's now got 10 RBIs. JD Martinez has 9. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Outside to him. Count goes to 2-2. For David Wright, last outing came against Tampa Bay. He hasn't pitched since the 13th. Worked an inning. Mike Wright rather. No runs on 1 hit. So it's been a long rest for him. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Fouls that one away.
Wright getting a long rest. I think there have been some question marks about whether or not Wright was going to get a spot start slid in, possibly even for today's ball game. Now Wright be asked to eat up some innings here, might possibly finish out this game, save the arms in the pen for the next 4-game set against the White Sox.
He's really turned into a mop-up role now. That's just what it is.
Yep.
He's going to have to work his way back. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Another one fought off the fist that time by Vasquez. No rest for the weary. Off to Chicago and start there in a 4-game series tomorrow night. So you've got to be thinking ahead on the pitching situation, as Buck always does, with the use of that bullpen. Who have you got? Who can you use? Donnie Hart was sent down today to make room for David Hess to make the start. 2-2. Runners off first and second. Vasquez down the line again. Well, he's getting close to the fair territory, but not real close.
Yeah. Fouling off some nasty two-seam fastballs from Mike Wright, keeping it down around the knees.
He's smiling at himself as he walks away, trying to put one of those things into fair territory.
You see the last two fastballs, 6 and 7, down in that lower third. Mercedes pitch cast.
Right ready on a 2-2. Vasquez leans out and takes it. So a 3-ball 2-strike count to the 9th Red Sox hitter of the inning. Jackie Bradley Jr. is on deck. He started this thing out with a double. There are your two base runners, Nunez and Holt, second and first, respectively. Great 2 delivery on the way. Runners go. Gee, he hit a foul ball.
Whiting at bat here. We made a lot of 3-2 counts today. A lot of extended ABs. Hitters fouling off tough pitches.
It's going to be the 10th pitch of this at bat. He was going to win the battle. Runners will be going. 3-2 delivery. Vasquez pops that one up. Shallow center. Scope back. Jones coming. Jones, Scope. Adam looks, and Adam will put it away. But a big 4-run, 6-hit inning. And the Red Sox now have a 5-0 lead. Orioles heading off to Chicago to play the White Sox. Paul Sullivan of the Tribune. Don't worry, White Sox fans. Jerry Reinsdorf feels your pain. As difficult as it has been to watch the Sox season unravel, imagine being the chairman of what appears to be the worst Sox team in franchise history. And if they keep playing at this pace the rest of the season, it has the potential to be the worst team in modern history. Ouch. Like everyone else, Reinsdorf knew the rebuild was going to take a while, but no one seemed prepared for what has happened so far in year 2. The Orioles will be there tomorrow night to experience the Chicago White Sox. They have won 13. The Orioles, 12 rather, 12. Orioles have won 14. They kick off a 4-game set.
Should be some must-win ball games then, right?
Yes. There'll be some names you've never heard, what you were talking about before. The White Sox are making call-ups now in that rebuilding process. They're bringing the young players up.
Yep. I know what they can do.
Yep. Here is Mark Trumbo. Trumbo a base hit, and he is grounded out. Rodriguez going after win number 4. Got himself a bit of a cushion here, 5-0. Top of the 6th inning. He has walked none, struck out 5, and taken forever to do it. But he's got the lead. 6 hits off him. Orioles have left 7 on base. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Noticing on deck batters here in Fenway. I don't think it's just here. They've changed their position, both sides. You see where the on deck batter is standing here? That's nowhere near where the on deck circle used to be, which is back about 7 feet. They've now finding this may be safer than being back further, getting closer. So you see so many foul balls that have been turned almost backwards, hitting guys near the on deck circle. And as the Orioles do, they've taken away those plastic rubber circles that you used to call the on deck circle, because as Buck noted in Baltimore, people were tripping on it, slipping on it.
Absolutely.
So you don't have that anymore, so you kind of wander around somewhere in foul territory.
Wherever the Raza bag of the pine tar rag is, right?
Swing and a miss went after a pitch away. 6 strikeouts for Rodriguez.
Well, playing the changeup off the fastball, and there you see once again that tail action, that circle change grip, turning it over with the 2-seam effect, and he's pushed a few away from the righties.
So that's 3 strikeouts in a row. He struck the side out in the 5th inning with a single during it. 1 down, nobody on. Danny Valencia's reached on an error, and he has flied out. Rodriguez up to 95 on that pitch count. Cora will probably try and get him through 7 or into the 7th. That ball is tagged down the line. It is a fair ball off the wall, played by Benintendi, and Valencia stops. Boy, Benintendi got over there in a hurry. Valencia taking a look down the line, put the brakes on after he made a big circle at first base.
Now Valencia covering this baseball, just clearing it out of there. Up and in fastball finds a barrel, and hits hard off that green monster and kicks back. Benintendi playing it pretty well. And there you see Valencia head up, and he shuts it down. Of course, Valencia thrown out game 1, taking one off the green monster by Benintendi. So a little tentative there.
When you're down 5-0, you don't need to make an out at second. Here is Rickard. He is hit into a fielder's choice and flied out. Even with a bag at third, that's going to go foul. Almost drove that one by him. Joey having room down that line. Devers playing in. 1 strikeout. Rickard's had 1 hit, 9 at bats in this 3-game set. Getting the start in right field again. Valencia rather goes back to first. Rodriguez will off speed deliver one outside. 1 ball, 1 strike count. The Orioles in Chicago have named their starters Cashner, Gosman, Cobb, and Bundy for the Orioles in that 4-game set. 1-1 delivery on the way. There's that great pitch tailing away again.
Another change, back-to-back change-ups. Loses the first one, and then we execute perfectly the second one. Upping it down and away, but starting it on the plate.
Rodriguez had 8 strikeouts in that win against the Orioles earlier. That's 6 now in this one. 1-2 pitch.
Finally up to 100, a 20 pitch first, and they got more consistent in there, but man, oh man, 3-2 counts all afternoon long. Orioles fouling off some tough pitches to get that pitch count up to 100.
No action in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Runner off first, 1-2 delivery on the way. That one got framed. but not called. A strike. And the count goes 2-2.
He's tried that a few times in this ball game, and borderline pitches not going his way on the backdoor breaking ball.
Two delivery on the way, and that one will be fouled off the mask. Count will stay 2 balls and 2 strikes as Rickert working the count, trying to find one he can get a hold of. Now Hembree in the bullpen, just starting to toss lightly. 24 starts last year for Rodriguez. In the end of the year, he had a right knee operation, little ligament reconstruction. He had to work on that, rehab in the offseason, and getting back into the regular rotation. This is start number 9 for him. He's made them all. 2-2 delivery on the way. Rickert reaching for it. Go behind second base. The backward flip. Gio not in time. Nunez, the glove flipped to Holt, but it wasn't quick enough. And both are safe.
Well, Brock Holt and Nunez chasing after the baseball. Then when the ball gets back, Holt just off the base. You see him reaching back to try to touch it, but just a little bit tardy as Valencia gets in there.
Orioles taking a look at this. Red Sox rather taking a look at it on the replay, the video. Holt thought he might have been there in time, but not so, and there'll be no challenge. So the Orioles get a chance here in the 6th inning. Runners on at first and second base. Susac up, only one away. Susac with a base hit and was called out on strikes. Rodriguez delivers. It'll be in there for a strike.
Now Orioles one swing away from getting right back into it. It seems like it's just been a long, drawn-out ball game, but the Orioles been one swing away all game long, keeping it close.
Rickert credited, excuse me, Mike, with an infield single on that, by the way.
Yeah, as well he should. A little flippy out there with the glove flip from Nunez, but Orioles pretty good at the back end of ball games lately. They can make a mark here, give them a good chance.
Susac will fight it off. And a 2-strike count from Rodriguez. So now, rather than worrying about trying to get into the 7th, Rodriguez has got to find a way to get out of the 6th. Checks the runner at second base. Valencia, and comes up and in. Strikeout number 7.
Just moving everything around, and a good fastball there. Tough to get to it. Calling for it up and in, and hits his spot. Once again, the execution winning.
So still first and second. Now there are 2 down. Gentry has struck out, flied out, batting in the number 9 spot. The rain begins to fall. And the pitch will tail away. Able to play through the rain last night. The concern this afternoon is that these may be thunderstorms. And any sign of lightning, and this baby gets shut down. 1-0 count, 2 away. Valencia, Rickert, the base hits. And we'll catch the outside corner. Orioles 0 for 4. Runners in scoring position. 7 left on so far. Boston only a hit ahead of the Orioles, 9-8, but 5 ahead, 5-0 in the run department. Gentry waiting on a 1-1. Inside corner.
Gentry must be looking for something else. A couple good pitches there down at the bottom of the zone. Typically he's aggressive on, maybe eyeballing something up.
Fans want a strikeout. Runners get their leads. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Charging his Betts. Runner turns. Coming home. Here's the throw. Send him back to third. Bobby Dickerson had the windmill going as Valencia came around third base. Mookie Betts charging. Gets it in, and the bases are loaded.
Boy, a nice piece of hitting by Gentry. Tough pitch right there. You see Bobby Dickerson got the arm going. Valencia putting on the brakes and then keeps looking back. Caught in between.
So Rodriguez running into trouble, and the Orioles now have loaded him up. That'll be it. They'll go to the bullpen. Big chance for the Orioles with a big at bat coming up. Trey Mancini will get it. Hembree will be delivering.
Two-thirds, scattering the 9 hits. Orioles starting to put some pressure on him, so he exits with 110 pitches thrown. He is responsible for the bases loaded. The Red Sox going into the bullpen, pulling out Heath Hembree. A big fastball. You see that elevated earned run average, 5.23. Didn't get the punch outs, got 24 of them, but 8 walks on the year. Opponents hitting robust 284 off Hembree. Lefties and righties both able to get to him, and he has given up the 3 long balls.
So the Orioles, their biggest at bat of the ball game. Trey Mancini has picked up a base hit, 1 for 3. The bases are loaded, 2 down. The Orioles trail it by a score of 5-0. And Hembree's delivery will be a swing and a miss on a 94 up. Mancini got a single in the 3rd inning. 5th inning, a strikeout victim. Valencia, Rickard, and Gentry. 3 ducks on the pond for the Orioles. Hembree to the high set. In the air, right center. Betts. Hembree comes on and puts out the fire. No runs on 3 hits. Orioles lead them loaded.
this 4-game set, and David Hess making his second major league start. Martinez hooking one down the pesky pole line. Yeah, only 302 down the right field line. Hess then going to work. Gunning down Moreland there on the high fastball. Beautiful slider to get Nunez, but up comes Martinez again. Straightaway center field. How about that? His 15th home run of the year, and Hess in the exit. Geico 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Jackie Bradley Jr. He started off the last inning with a double and scored. Takes the delivery for a ball. Wright coming on, giving up a hit and getting the final out in the last inning. Pitch will be taken inside. Bottom half of the 6th, they're at Fenway, and a 2-0 count. Big chance for the Orioles, looking for a big 2-out hit from Trey Mancini. They don't come easy. Orioles couldn't get it, and that 5-0 mark stays up. So Rodriguez leaves, no runs on 9 hits, 5 2/3 innings. He didn't walk anybody. That's 2 starts in a row where Rodriguez has not walked a batter, and he struck out 7.
Well, didn't make too many mistakes on the plate, and definitely worked the edges both in and out.
Wright's pitch is there. Well, he's trying to continue. Rodriguez has a great string he's got going. If the Red Sox get 4 more runs in a game he pitches, he's 19-2. And there is a leadoff walk. Bradley gets it here to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Last Sunday, the Orioles wore special Mother's Day caps. You can go to Orioles.com/auctions to bid on these autographed and authenticated game-worn caps. All proceeds benefit the John Fetting Fund for Breast Cancer Prevention at Johns Hopkins. Bidding closes tonight, 8 o'clock. That's Orioles.com/auctions. Only the 3rd walk surrendered by Hess and Wright, one of those intentional. Mookie Betts a double, 1 for 3. Wow. He was trying to get the home run lead back.
Yes, he was looking to do some damage. And of course, that walk, though, not the walk you want. Turn this lineup over with a runner on, especially a runner like Bradley Jr. with the good speed.
Red Sox already with the 3 home runs in this ball game. Timeout asked for by Susak. .32 RBIs. He is 9th in that department. Runner off first, Bradley with good speed. It'll be high in the air to right. Rickert. And Betts is retired, 1 away here in the 6th. Bradley will head back to first. Wright gets Betts. No easy task.
No, take that for the first out. I would like to get one on the ground from Benintendi. Scope and Machado clean up this inning.
Benintendi with a home run, good for 2 RBIs. The 5th inning, he brought in Jackie Bradley Jr. ahead of him. He's got 5 on the year, 2 against the Orioles. Right with that long hold. And the pitch will be inside for a ball.
Take a look at Benintendi's 5th home run of the season. 100 miles an hour off the bat. Perfect launch angle, 28 degrees and 394. You got to get on it. Get it out in right field. 380. Straight away right.
Benintendi has had 1 home run in 3 at-bats against Wright. Jackie Bradley Jr. leaning, whether he intends to go or not. He's had that weight on his front foot, then back foot, rocking back and forth over there, trying to figure whether he wants to take off. 4 for 4 and stealing bases. .1-0, runner not going. Whoop! That one was right out in front of him, whistled into right field by Benintendi. Over to third easily goes Jackie Bradley Jr. First and third, 1 out.
Yeah, and that's why you don't send Bradley Jr. there. That hole wide open with Jr. at first base, but Benintendi looking to shoot one through the hole, and he does. Hammering it through there. Bradley Jr. able to walk into third base with good speed. See Rickard flagging it down. Nice job getting it back in. So let that double play in order.
So a 2-hit ball game, 2 for 4 for Benintendi. He's got 5 hits in 13 at bats now in this series. Here's Moreland. He had a double and scored in the 5th. He's 1 for 3. And Moreland gets an opportunity at an RBI. Right, looking at that lead runner. Moreland will take it for a strike. Moreland 0 for 2 off the Oriole right-hander. That'll be 10 hits now for the Red Sox, out hitting the Orioles 10-9. Leads at first and third, 0-1. Pop up third base. Play made by Valencia for the out. Moreland retired, so a big second out here in the 6th inning.
Boy, it sure was. Of course, now you got to face Martinez to come up with some big pitches. Talk about getting through the top of this lineup. Right now, a couple big swings helping Mike Wright with some easy pop-ups.
So J.D. Martinez, a 2-homer day, 3 RBIs, 15 on the year. He's had 9 at home, 6 on the road. With runners at first and third. Wright will work to him, and the pitch taken for a strike. Martinez 1 for 2 lifetime off Mike Wright. He's had 1 3-homer game, and that was against the Yankees back in 2015. 0-1 delivery to him. That'll go to third. Danny Valencia right there to haul it in. And that will do it here in the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 are left on base. Our Ram due-up, Jones, Machado, and Scope. Numbers that matter on it. MLB.com ran a little survey. 70 players polled, 35 pitchers, 35 position players on what they deem the most important in statistics. The position players, 10 selected OPS, 6 the on base percentage, 5 RBIs, 4 runs scored, 3 batting average, and 3 games played. For the pitchers, what mattered most to them, 10 chose innings pitched or appearances, ERA, the WHIP, 3 strikeout to walk ratio, 2 inherited runners, scored percentage, 2 holds, and 4 with the different stats. What was interesting about that is those are all the old stats, the traditional numbers in baseball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those 70 players chose as the most what they look at as most important.
Yeah, well, I don't think players still haven't gotten caught up with the sabermetrics. I think as a baseball player, you stick with the general uses of batting average and earned run average, and I think as time goes, though, players are going to be forced to understand what's going on with all the numbers, because it means so much now with structuring a lineup, actually setting your 40-man roster. So yeah, players got to understand what's going on, what front offices look at. It's not just hitting 300 anymore. It's about where you do it, how you do it. Are you getting on base? Are you driving in runs with homers? I mean, a lot of factors going in nowadays.
They'll recognize it because those are the things that will start being raised at the bargaining table. That one down the line in right field, and foul. Real good day. Adam Jones has had a 3-hit ball game for the Orioles, 3 singles. 3 of the 9 hits the Orioles have on the board. Orioles trying again, get some runners on as they did in that last half inning. Keep it going. 7 3-hit ball games. He's not had a 4-hit game yet this year for Adam. That'll be out of play as well. And the count holds the ball, and 2 strikes on Jones. Machado and then Jonathan Scope due up. Embry on in relief. Heath Embry got the final out. Fly ball Mancini with the bases loaded. Finish up inning number 6. An Oriole fan hoping for some offense. Embry's delivery away and missed.
Adam Jones, real good swings in this ball game, picking up 3 hits, but tough to get on this one. Embry with the big fastball, and he throws a hard cutter right there, 89 miles an hour, starting it on that outside corner and working hard off the edge. Throwing so hard, Adam Jones seeing just fastball out of the hand.
Orioles strikeouts, as has been the case all year, continue to climb. That's 8 in this game. Manny Machado, a strikeout victim last time up. He is 0 for 3 in the ball game, and Manny will take the pitch away. Machado here on the season has picked up 8 hits against the Red Sox in 27 at bats. 8 for 27. 1 home run. Foul back. And a 1-ball 1-strike count from Embry.
Yeah, really starting to pitch Manny tough right now. Nothing on the plate, everything on that outside corner, forcing Manny to reach. Yeah, tough for him to do damage on those type of pitches. And, Manny wants to hit, man. It's tough when teams don't pitch to you. You really get tested mentally. Do you have that wherewithal to take?
1 for 8 for Machado against Embry in his career. They've got the shift on against him. Sometimes they put it on in this series, and sometimes they haven't, depending on who's pitching, what the count was. Red Sox have moved their defense around a lot on a number of Oriole hitters. Ground ball back to the mound. That should be an infield hit, and Manny will get there. So Machado on with an infield single with 1 away here in the 7th inning, as Embry could not handle it cleanly on the mound. It's a whole new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. RBI Baseball 18 delivers an all-new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more. RBIGame.com. Rated E for everyone. Manny on at first base, 1 out. And it'll bring up Jonathan Scope. Jonathan an 0 for 3, 2 for 13 in the series against the Red Sox. Embry's delivery off the fist. It'll come back, and there'll be no play.
Hey, Chris.
Red Sox are looking for their 11th series win. They are 10-4-0 in series this year, 4-2 here at Fenway. Orioles have gone 4-10 overall in series, and they are 1-5 on the road. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball away.
Hard slider, the same one that Manny or Adam Jones, excuse me, swung through. Pretty good pitch, throwing it hard on the outside corner.
Scope with an 0 for 7 in his career off Embry. Right-hander ahead on the count 0-2. And up and in.
Boy, see time and time again that up fastball so hard to lay off of. So many swing throughs, especially when you got the big heater. 94 miles an hour right there, and Scope can't get the bat head to it. Real hard to keep that front shoulder down. Keep that bat head above the hands on the high heat.
Embry appeared in the ball game on Friday night, struck out Chris Davis, the only batter he faced in the ninth inning. Struck him out on 4 pitches. He's picked up 2 strikeouts here in the 7th inning. Runner remains at first, 2 down, and Mark Trumbo. Trumbo 1 for 3 with a single. Lifetime 1 for 4 off Embry. Each team 10 hits in the ball game. The only runs go to the Red Sox. Oh, 1 pitch on the way, and that'll be outside. Embry 1-1. Power pitcher, good slider, veteran. Challenges hitters. Spartanburg, South Carolina native, and stays away and gets the swinging strike.
That's a good pitch, man. A hard slider, not missing with it, making sure he gets it off the plate. Like the fastball out of the hand.
Ed Vasquez set up outside the strike zone that time. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Embry's done real well since joining the Red Sox. Here at Fenway, his ERA is 2.2. Embry may have hurt him. Vasquez may have hurt himself on that one. He jumped up to get the rebound.
Yeah, quite a play right there. Embry cutting one loose. Had some success with this high fastball, but not the one that almost leaves the stadium. Quite a play right there by Vasquez. Ooh.
Stretch that arm a little bit. Glove arm. Trumbo will pop it up. First base. Moreland settles under it, puts it away. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on 7th inning stretch time at Fenway. White Sox in Chicago. Coverage on MASN 2 will begin at 7:30 with those extra presented by Ford. Game coverage will be at 8. Andrew Kashner and Hector Santiago scheduled a duel. All the access you need right here on MASN. Greg Gentry has moved to center field from left. Peterson has come on to play in left field. So Adam Jones out. So we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Red Sox with the 5-0 lead. Wright trying to eat up some innings for the Orioles as we go to the bottom half of the 7th. Nevers, Nunez, and Holt will be due up for Boston. The White Sox are winning their game today. They're in the 6th inning at home. They've got a 3-0 lead over Texas in that game. The White Sox getting a start from Lopez, who's gone 5 1/3, no runs on just a couple of hits in that ball game. Next opponent for the Orioles. As the fans settle back in after 7th inning stretch time.
Texas team, another team that's kind of struggling this year.
Yeah. As always, surprises when you get into the baseball season on what you may have predicted early. And you're right, Texas is one of those. They've won only 18 games. They're 11 games out in last place in the American League West. American League East has got 3 teams at or above 500. Tampa Bay reached it last night with the 22-22 mark. Toronto and the Orioles below 500. In the Central, you only have Cleveland. They're the only 500 team, and they are at 500, and they lead the division by 2.5 games. It doesn't happen very often.
No.
Foul back and out of play. Rafael Devers, 1 walk, 0 for 2, and a ground ball and a fly ball. And here comes the rain for keeps this time. 1-2 delivery, and that'll be foul back. Houston has found its footing in the American League West. They are back on top, leading Seattle by 2. Dodgers only, or rather the Angels, 3.5 games out. Oakland 4.5, pretty tight race. The American League West right now has got 4 teams 500 or better. Only Texas is below 500 in the American League West. Pittsburgh's been a surprise. They're just a 1.5 games behind Milwaukee. Arizona's got the lead over Colorado in the American League West. The Giants only 3 games out. In the air, this could be tough. Through the raindrops, try and find it. Danny Valencia did. Devers is retired, 1 away. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Orioles, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Dig out the ponchos. Fans here last night wore them throughout the game. Eduardo Nunez. Joey Rickert. Swing those bats. Eat up these innings. 2 down here in the 7th.
I like Mike Wright staying aggressive in the strike zone. Get a couple of quick outs.
That'll bring Holt to the plate. Base hit, a couple of them. 2 for 3 in the game. 3 for 9 against the Orioles in this 4-game set. Holt will take the off-speed delivery away for a ball. Benintendi's had a 2-run homer. Martinez has had 2 home runs, good for 3 RBIs. They have been the big blows in this ball game. Again, the Red Sox using the home run to account for the runs they have put up on the board. Gets out of the way of that one, crossing the plate. 2-0.
I guess that's the scariest part about this Red Sox offense, the fact that their power has come back and come back with some authority right now, so they can beat you with the long ball. They got the good team speed this year. patient bunch as well. I mean, it's a solid offense.
3 home runs today, 68 on the year. That is a new record for the Orioles for the Red Sox, most home runs through that number of games in a year. The old record had been set in 1977. It was 66. Red Sox have 68. Poinier in the bullpen. 3-ball, 1-strike delivery by Wright, and walks him. So Holt is on with 2 down here in the 7th inning. Second walk surrendered by Wright. That'll give Vasquez a chance. Vasquez 0 for 3. Couple of hits, 6 at bats in the series. Wright's delivery is going to be a base hit down the line. Rickert will have to chase. Making the turn, Holt. He'll get the third easily. Base hit Vasquez, first and third, 2 down.
A pretty solid piece of hitting right there, shooting it to right field on the Mike Wright fastball. Take a look, and up middle. He stays on top of it, shoots it to right field. Textbook hitting right there. You see Holt, he's got some pretty good speed as well.
Didn't hesitate. Boy, these chances for the Red Sox, they're 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They have left 8 on base. This is their 12th chance of the game. Rain falling, shift on, and a swing and a miss. Bradley Jr. the double in the 5th inning, drew a walk in the 6th. 1 for 2 officially in the ball game. Red Sox had 8 chances in the first game, 13 runner in scoring position chances in game 2, 9 in the 3rd game. That'll be taken up high, and now they are up to 12 in this one.
Well, that's what it's all about, really what it's been about for the Red Sox. Just pile up those opportunities, you know, and more chances you get. Obviously, you get a big hit here and there, and then you can push more runs across the plate. The Orioles have been pretty good over the past few seasons as far as batting average, but just those extra opportunities haven't been there for them.
Foul back again, a little late on a fastball, only at 91. 1-ball, 2-strike count from Wright. Wright has thrown 41 pitches so far since coming out of the bullpen. See the shift on with Scope just on the outfield grass. The good speed of Jackie Bradley Jr.
Yeah, I don't want to get too deep with him. Boy, can he fly.
Runners off first and third. Delivery will be up high. Mike Wright has worked as many as 4 2/3 innings. Did that May 8 against Kansas City. That's the longest outing he has had out of the pen this year. 2-ball, 2-strike count. He's in his 2nd full inning in this one. Runner goes, swing and a miss. So Wright will pick up the strikeout. No runs a hit, 2 are left on base. Red Sox on top 5-0. moment.
Well, Trey Mancini up with the bases loaded. Yeah, Valencia, Rickard, and Gentry all with singles. High fastball by Embry. He attacks the top of the zone again with 95. And Mancini just underneath it. Fly ball to right field. And Embry out of the jam. Orioles some chances today, but unable to come up with that timely hit. Big knock. Elusive. 10 hits on the board, but no runs for the O's. Now Red Sox going into the bullpen, pulling out Bobby Poinier. Poinier into the game as a replacement, actually called up recently, replaced Carson Smith. He 9 games, 1 win with a 208 earned run average. Pretty good numbers, holding opponents down to 294. Righty's way up to 400. Probably used more in the lefty matchup role with 143, holding the lefties down. Good fastball, slider, change, occasional curveball as well. A little short arm to add to this deception, make it a little tougher on the hitters.
The Poinier will work here in the 8th inning as Danny Valencia trying to find some dry ground. Poinier finished up the 8th inning against Oakland with 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit in his last outing. That was on Tuesday. 3rd time he's been up already to the major league level from Pawtucket. He had prior to this year never been above Double-A ball, so his first Triple-A ball being played this season and not much there yet. 7 appearances for the Paw Sox. 0-1 delivery on the way and foul back.
Quick on that slider, left it up in the danger zone of Valencia, backlegging it right there, following it straight back. On pitch cast, a couple pitches inside to Danny. Danny trying to turn and burn.
Poinier ahead on the count, 0-2. And that pitch is going to be taken inside. Poinier's 25 years old, out of Wellington, Florida. This is just his 4th professional season. A couple of times at the College World Series for him. University of Florida is where he pitched. So he's had some postseason experience in college.
Oh, yeah. To the College World Series nowadays, he's done some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it is not easy getting to the CWS.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Defense straight up. Rain has stopped for the moment, and the pitch is going to be inside. Last year he pitched A ball, Double-A ball, combined for a 2-1 record, all in relief, and 99 minor league appearances prior to this year for Poinier. Reaching for that one off the end of the bat. Davis has it, makes the throw, and gets the out. Valencia retired, 1 away. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50, supporting the Leukemia Lymphoma Society Light the Night Walk. O's have drawn 133 walks on the season, $6,650. Care First encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Joey Rickard, a base hit, a fielder's choice, and he is flied out. Embry working an inning and a third. Gave up 1 hit, couple of strikeouts, zeros the rest of the way. That pitch inside. Toronto getting hammered by Oakland in the 8th inning, 9-0. Biagini has been moved into that roster, into the rotation. 4 runs, 6 hits, 4 innings today, starting for Toronto. They are struggling with the rotation, expected to be strong, but with injuries and some not so good starts, is struggling. That's going to be a base hit, so Rickard is on. Couple of hits in the ball game.
Good swing right there by Joey Rickard, taking it right back through the box. Let's see that.
Orioles getting hits and just not converting them into runs. Each team's got 11 hits in the ball game. The Orioles 6-3 losers last night. Both teams had 6 hits in the ball game, and the Orioles had 10 hits in the 7-4 win they had. So 1 down. Susac a base hit and 2 strikeouts. Left-hander's delivery to him off the mask of Vasquez.
Vasquez taking a couple off the noggin in this ball game. Take a look. Fastball fouled straight back. Give me a ball, please. Let's get this going.
Pointer was a save artist in the minors last year between High A Salem, Double A Portland. He had 15 saves with a 1.49 ERA. Good whip of .93. That one down the line, and it will be a souvenir. Rickard will cut back across to first on the wet grass with an 0-2 count on Susac.
Well, so much can be said about just deception, whether or not you have average stuff or not. If you have a funky delivery and hitters can't pick it up, you have a huge advantage. And Pointer, he has a delivery a lot like Zach Britton, that short arm effect coming from behind his head. And that helps his fastball and that changeup play up.
Pointer comes up and in. Especially helpful if you only got to get 3 outs.
Oh, yeah.
You're a closer. Waiting on a 1-2. Gentry in the on deck circle. Cuts one in. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Teams have really been fortunate with the weather. Get that game in last night in the rain, not to have had rain the night before, and today able to get it in with thunderstorms expected in the afternoon. They've been around the area. Hopped him up. Will there be room? Nevers says yes, there is. 2 down.
Just keeping hitters in between. That is the name of the game.
Runner remains at first base for the Orioles. Joey Rickert. And Craig Gentry, base hit his last time up, 1 for 3. Trying to keep it alive for Trey Mancini at the top of the order. With 2 outs, over the shift, Nunez couldn't reach it. Played in center by Bradley Jr. will hold the runner at second base. So Gentry is on with the base hit. He has a 2 for 4 day.
A good swing right there. Like Rickard, staying a big part of the field. Nice clean single. Clean up the middle, not trying to do too much. Turning the lineup over. The big guys do some work here.
14 base runners for the Orioles in this ball game. 2 down. Trey Mancini. His base hit came in the third, 1 for 4. Couple of hits in 15 at bats in the series. Left-hander's deliveries up high to him. Trey brought a .388 lifetime average at Fenway into this game. A couple of home runs here in this ballpark as well. Getting the start at first with Chris Davis out. Barnes up in the bullpen. A little soft toss going on. 1-0 delivery on the way, fouled off. Trey a little frustrated at the moment. Hits have come a little harder here in the month of May. There are the chances each team's had. Trey down to 232 on the month, 259 overall. Runners off first and second. 1-1 delivery to him, off the glove. Wow. The ball was hit hard. High throw, and they get the out. You can't teach people to do that. Nor do you want to.
Wow, that was an adventure right there.
Pointer able to knock it down, and then not quite sure when he wanted to throw it. Moreland went up and got it. An opportunity for you to see the folks meandering about in the concourse, paying $10 for a beer and 15 for a hot dog. I wonder how many loans are taken out in order to buy.
My goodness.
Oh man. 5-0 lead. Red Sox on top. Right, getting it done for the Orioles. Coming on for David Hess. 4 2/3 innings for Hess in his second Major League start. He gave up 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 walks, 1 intentional, and struck out 4. Pitched well till he got to the 5th, and then the Red Sox came away with 4 runs on 6 hits. 2-run homers. Benintendi had 1. JD Martinez had the other. Here's Mookie. Betts will take the pitch outside. He's had a double, 1 for 4, 5-game hit streak. He is 8 for 17 in the series. A couple of home runs, 4 RBIs. And Wright delivers to him away. That is Brian Johnson. (2-0) delivery. Wright pitch foul back. And Betts unhappy with himself because he wanted that one.
Well, he sure did. And it's funny, after his double, he's popped up. He flew out to center field, flew out to right field, and both of those at bats, he was just trying to, looked like he was trying to hit a home run, getting a little bit too big right there.
2 ball, 1 strike count to him. Well, I think maybe one of the reasons for that is he hit a lot of home runs like a couple of weeks ago and back. And then he stopped hitting home runs and picking up a lot of singles. And apparently that's not enough.
Right?
Yeah. So he wants the long ball back. 3-1 delivery on the way, and this time he draws a walk.
Look at that swing right there, scared right out of the strike zone.
2 walks by Mike. Leadoff walk. Betts on. And Benintendi coming up. Benintendi, the home run in the 5th inning, and a base hit in the 6th. 2 for 4. 5 for 13 in the series. 2 home runs and 7 RBIs in this 4-game set. That'll be in there for a strike. Left-handers have hit .275 off right. Right-handers 375. think Betts is going to go anywhere here. He might. Wouldn't be violating any unwritten rules to steal a base in a 5-0 game.
Right.
$11 for 13 in stolen bases. They were 5 for 5 in game 1. Foul back. And another head down because Benintendi thought he should have driven that one.
Yeah, a lot of times you get a left-handed hitter up there and a runner at first base. Manager just likes the lefty to try to shoot that hole. So maybe that's why Betts holding put.
Got him 0-2. Benintendi has now reached base in the last 11 consecutive games against the Orioles. 2 RBIs he's picked up here. He's had 11 in the last 6 against the Orioles. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Infield double play depth. A couple of guys tough to turn 2 on. Good speed. Just went with it to left field. What a great swing. Benintendi's on with a single, 3-hit ball game.
Wow. Yeah, really not trying to do too much and taking the bat head to the baseball and staying through it. Not trying to get it out of the ballpark. Just put the bat head on the ball. A good 2-strike approach right there.
So Benintendi has his 15th multi-hit game. 7 of those have been 3-hit ball games. And that will take right out of the game. Araujo coming on.
The Orioles have a win, 6.55 earned run average. Still trying to work his way through. He's had some good outings and some not so good, but 25 punch outs in 22 innings. That's a good thing right there. So he's got swing and miss stuff. He's got a nasty changeup if he can get to it. He's got to harness that fastball command, as it is a swing and miss secondary pitch.
Comes in a tough situation. Runners on at first and second base, and Moreland up. Moreland a double and a run scored, 1 for 4. Betts at second, Benintendi on at first. A dozen hits on the board for each team. And after one that was upstairs. Araujo has appeared twice this year against the Red Sox. No runs, 2 hits in 3 innings worked. Last outing came against them in game number 1 of the series. No runs on a hit in an inning. 0-1. Moreland fights that one off. Moreland getting the start at first base in the ball game. On the year, Moreland has had 5 hits now against the Orioles. He's 5 for 12.
Quite a luxury over there to have Moreland, Martinez, and of course Ramirez over there that can kind of We switched interchangeably. DH, play first base.
Bogarts is sitting on the bench today, getting a day off. 0-2 pitch. Araujo gets it in there. Threw some heat at 93 and gets a strikeout.
A nice job. High fastball to start him off. Nasty changeup. Strike 2. And then bringing a noise again at the top of the zone. 93. Moreland with the swing through.
Here's J.D. Martinez. Second inning, solo home run, his 14th. Walked intentionally in the third. Fifth inning, his 15th home run, 2 RBIs. Then he lined out in the 6th. So J.D. Martinez, 2 on, 1 out. Araujo's delivery to him, foul back. Trying to tee up on it. Fourth drive of the game.
Now take a look at his second home run. A fastball on the inner third and stays with his approach, pulling the hands inside the baseball. And he picks the deepest part of Fenway, 420 straight away, and it's up and over.
Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. David Hess gave up 3 home runs in the start over 4 2/3. Runners off first and second base, 1 out, 0-1. It's on the outside corner at the knees for a strike. Discussion on that one with Nick Lentz, the home plate umpire.
I wonder, can't be height. Boy, that's all on the lower third of the plate. Good pitches.
0-2 delivery on the way to him, and that'll be down the line. First base foul, just missed, hitting the corner of the bag.
Huh. Pedro, are you kidding me? It's a double right there. Nasty changeup, just boring in on the hands. And Martinez sticking with that approach, staying inside the baseball.
45 home runs combined last year as he played for Detroit and Arizona. He had 16 with the Tigers and 19 with the Diamondbacks. 305 with Detroit and 302 with Arizona. Send me anywhere, I'll hit. 0-2 count.
Good pitch right there by Pedro. But Joe Walter thinking it's a good one as well.
One ball, 2 strike count, 5-0 lead. Red Sox on top. Run in the second, 4 in the 5th. Orioles have had numerous opportunities. They have left somebody on base in all 8 innings of this game, and gets him on a K.
Nice pitch there. And a short little slider from Pedro. A couple good fastballs. His change up in this AB, but some quality pitches. Great location there on the final 2, working down and away. Just enough break to keep it off that bad hit.
Greg Gentry getting his sunglasses as the sun comes back out. Araujo will wait for him to get back to center. So 2 strikeouts, leaving the 2 runners, Betts and Benintendi, where they were when he came on. Sun's been in and out at a light rain for a couple of minutes. That was all. Devers at the plate, 2 down. 0 for 3 and a walk, 2 for 13 in the series. A home run and an RBI against the Orioles in this 4-game set. Foul tipped. Ooh. Susac, you could hear that one.
Yeah, down off the foot. Hey. Change up working away, and off the top of the foot there is a little pad right there.
That's so the ball can drive the pad down into your
right.
top of your foot.
Yeah, exactly. Man. I'd rather have it off the forehead with the mask than off
Really?
the foot.
Probably hurt less. 1 ball, 1 strikeout with 2 down. Orioles shift the infield around. Machado almost behind second. Devers waiting on it. He'll take it down low. These two teams will meet each other again at Camden Yards, as the Red Sox will be coming in June 11, 12, and 13 for a 3-game set against the Orioles. That'll be part of a homestand with Miami and Boston in reverse order. Boston will be in for 3 a day off, then Miami in the weekend set. As we said, the Orioles don't come back here till the last week of the regular season. 2 ball, 1 strikeout. Runners still at first and second, and away. So he falls behind 3-1. Nunez waiting on deck. A lot of pitches have been thrown in this game. Rodriguez, Hembree, 1 year for the Red Sox. Hess, Wright, Araujo for the Orioles. A lot of deep counts, number of 3-2 counts on both sides. A lot of base runners. 3-1 delivery on the way. Devers will go after it. Kept it low, couldn't touch it.
Man, he's flipping them in there. Those change-ups. One of them pushing away outside corner, working well off the plate. Devers just keeps on a swinging here.
Two delivery, runners go, and he strikes out the side. So Araujo comes on with 2 on and gets 3 Ks. 5-0 Boston. With nothing to hide, that's transparency. Sailing on the Charles. Here in Boston, the Red Sox looking to take 3 out of 4. They've got the 5-0 lead, each team with 12 hits.
Take a look, Brian Johnson, 13 games this season, but he has been making some starts for the Red Sox because pitchers on the DL to start the year. We mentioned Rodriguez, but here he is now coming out of the bullpen. 6 earned run average. Does have the 20 punch outs this season and 21 innings of work. Opponents hitting 282. Both lefties and righties all right. Righties up 295. Giving up the 4 home runs though, and he's got all 4 pitches: fastball, slider, curve, and the change.
Has never faced the Orioles. Left-hander ready to go, and the pitch will be taken away for a ball. Well, take a look at the numbers. Why the Orioles haven't scored. They have picked up 12 singles. All of their hits have been singles. Fouled off. The most hits the Orioles have ever had, with all the hits being singles, is 15. They got 12 today. They have done that 5 separate times. Most recently, June 9 of '93 against Oakland. when they had 15 hits that were all singles. And you compare that to the Red Sox today, who also have 12 hits, but half of them have been extra base hits.
Right.
And 3 of those were home runs.
Yeah, and you kind of didn't expect that from the Oriole offense. We keep talking about how it started to pick it up a little bit. They had a 12 straight home run game home run streak coming in to today's game, and an 11 game double streak coming into the game. So they were hitting their extra base hits, but today the 12 singles.
Jace Peterson getting his first at bat. That's deep contemplation in right field. 1-2 delivery. That's going to go to him. It'll be a base hit. Softly rolling into the corner. Here's the extra base hit for the Orioles. Peterson goes into second base. No sooner said than done. Jace Peterson in his first at bat in the ball game delivers a double.
There you go. Reaching out and hooking one like a little lob serve over Moreland's head at first base. It's kind of dying down the right field line, and Peterson with the great speed is walking into second base. Good swing right there.
So Brian Johnson touched up for a leadoff double. The Orioles trying to break again a shutout. Being shut out 5-0. 13 hits in the ball game now. Manny Machado 1 for 4. Manny's the one who got the Orioles out of a shutout in the 9th inning of the 6-2 Boston win in game 1. And he got his 14th home run. That'll go to first, and then the pitcher tripped. Diving to the bag is Moreland. Johnson fell on the mound. Moreland got up, was going to flip it to him, and there was nobody there.
Wow, pretty nice play there by Mitch Moreland. He's responsible for the whole right side of the infield, and Manny, yeah, it's a bullet over there. He was ready defensively, and then let's take a look here. The bullet, and there goes the pitcher, Brian Johnson. A little slip on the mound. Moreland recognizing it, a nice dive and play over there. He had a long way to go to get that force out at first base.
So now runner at third, 1 down. Jonathan Scope 0 for 4. Orioles trying to avoid another shutout. Scope will take the off-speed delivery inside. Orioles have been shut out 3 times. The Red Sox have a couple of shutouts to their credit. Brian Johnson, 27-year-old left-hander, that'll be fouled off. Scope with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Johnson pitched just 5 games with the Red Sox last year. He's pitching in the minors. Got a 2-0 record though. All starts. Scope will take it. And a strike call. Jonathan didn't think so.
Just a slow breaking ball. 77 miles an hour, flipping it in there.
Ground ball, foul. Off the end of the bat, protecting on that pitch away.
Davis over there talking with Adam Jones. Adam Jones, a strong offensive game with the 3 hits. Davis a little day off. Strikeout total up.
That one will miss, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Couple of hits, 14 at bats in the series for Scope, and that's down low. Block made by Vasquez, and the count goes full, 3-2. Eduardo Rodriguez, the left-hander, started for the Red Sox. No runs, 9 hits, 5 2/3. Could pick up his 4th win. David Hess for the Orioles, 2nd major league start. 5 runs, 8 hits, 4 2/3. Could pick up his first major league loss. And Scope will fight it off to stay alive.
Slow breaking ball. So enticing. Gonna have some serious discipline to wait on that slow hook. 76 miles an hour.
Three and 2. Big left-hander on that third base side of the pitching slab. Fouled off again. Closer Kimbrel, in case it should get to that point where he's got a chance for a save. Johnson, University of Florida pitcher, got it in. Scope fouls it off. Big battle here, 3-2.
Yeah, one thing after another. I mean, continually flipping in that breaking ball. It's like 4 in a row, and Jonathan Scope just hooking it down that third base line. And that third baseman Evers better be ready down there.
So we'll try 3-2 again. Scope pops it up. Second base, runner not going to tag here. Bradley rather makes a catch. We'll throw it all the way through, and of course it goes by the catcher Vasquez, but backed up Johnson where he was supposed to be. Jackie Bradley Jr. let that one fly, and the runner wasn't going anywhere.
Well, I pop up. Look at just the back edge of the infield. Take a look right here. The infielder's going out, but Jackie Bradley Jr. saying, "I got it. Give me an assist." Or boom, put out, and then flips it in, and it catches the lip or the greasy dirt, scooting right underneath Vasquez's legs. Good backup by Johnson. Yep.
2 down. Peterson remains at third, and the pitch will be away. Orioles down to the final out to work with here in the 9th inning, as the Red Sox look for their 32nd win. They'll be 32-15. The Orioles will drop to 14-32. Trumbo, the off-speed pitch taken for a strike. A lot of off-speed pitches thrown here. Big motion, then you get a 75-mile-an-hour pitch.
Right. He's going to stay back. I mean, that's the pitch that he likes to repeat. Flip it in there, obviously, for strikes. Try to bury it down in the dirt for the put away.
Down the line, souvenir. Almost.
Yes.
A very happy day.
Yoo-hoo! Get that Bet shirt off, put a Benintendi shirt on.
Yeah, that's right. I got a new hero.
Right.
1 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way. Trumbo reaching to keep it alive. Trumbo got his single in the 2nd inning. He's popped out, grounded out, struck out since. So here in this 4-game set, Red Sox have outscored the Orioles 41-19. They have out-homered them 12-4. One-two delivery by Johnson. Didn't go.
There's the one hoping for the swing over. Better finish on the breaking ball. Still very slow, but maybe a few more revolutions to help it bite down into the dirt.
2-2 away. Peterson, the runner at third. And that's the ball game. Johnson gets the strikeout. The Red Sox get the win. Rodriguez, the winner, is 4-1. He's 2-0 against the Orioles this year and 5-5 lifetime. For David Hess, called up to make the start. He'll take the loss. He won his first major league game, will lose his second. 1-1. 35,550 on hand. 5-0 Boston.